comrades. Today is June 16, 2025, and the current time is 8:20 p.m. Please be aware that the Institute's multi-stream drifting program is still a work in progress. Any issues are being ironed out on a day-by-day basis. We thank you for your understanding as we navigate these trying times. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Give me 1 second as I try to figure out where my dock that has the multiple chat windows is, because I think it's this one here. Holy cow. Hey comrades, how are all of you doing today? So welcome back to what is potentially the penultimate episode of this RimWorld adventure, where we might finally put an end to our magical colony of the great travelers of Ohio. Which could be pretty interesting, and see where we go with this. Hopefully you're all having a good evening. Again, we're trying out this multi-stream drifting thing. It seems to mostly be okay for the most part. I'm not really running into too many issues. You might have noticed that I've updated the chat box thingy. I'm gonna hope that Twitch doesn't shoot me for having both Twitch and YouTube chat on at the same time, which is apparently a thing that they will be very unhappy about. I'm still trying to learn the ins and outs of, you know, streaming on both, but it's a little bit of a wacky adventure, and it's gonna be a work in progress a lot of the time. Also, how are all of you doing? Hello there, Hoovesy and Robot Teapot and Jim and Blanked and Riston and Ranu. Thanks, Ranu, for the raid, by the way. Hopefully your Star Sector stream wasn't that painful. And congrats to Marson for being first, and I know Ray was here, even though she was first in my heart, etc, etc, etc. And I think that's everyone who said anything. And Heichi's, I know, AFK or lurking around. Hopefully you all had a wonderful evening. I wanted to, hopefully, put an end to this colony, because we've been at this colony for quite some time. The boss is not breedable as much as you want to breed the poor guy. Please don't breed the Rathalos. I'm not sure if breeding the Rathalos is going to get you what you're looking for. In fact, I'm fairly sure it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. So I would very much recommend not breeding a Rathalos. I feel like that's a very questionable thing to do. Anyways, welcome to our current status in this magical adventure. So essentially, what we have right now... Okay, first of all, why are we not eating food? You look like you're on the verge of passing out, and you need to eat. Madam, please eat food. Wait, no path to the meal. What do you mean? Hold on. Why can't she get to the meal? Oh, I know why. It's this vent. This vent here was causing me issues earlier. Congrats for thine engagement. Yes, I am now encaged because of this ring that is on my finger. That is basically proof that a certain someone now owns me permanently. But that's just how it is. I have willingly accepted this fate, and that's gonna be how it is. Also, let me just make sure the chat thing... Okay, the chat is working, right? Okay, perfect. Also, hello there, Riger. Hopefully you're doing pretty good too. Anyways, we're gonna try to finish this colony today. If not, we'll try to finish it next week, but I do want to put an end to it soon. One of the big issues I'm running into, though, is that for some reason our colonists are stuck and they can't really move about, and it's gonna drive me nuts until I can solve that problem. So we're trying to figure out who it can build and who can move things about, and kind of the issue right now is that most people can't, and I don't know why. I think for whatever reason, this thing is just not working too well. Like, there we go, that's fixed. Now we deconstruct this one. And now, I still don't know why there's no path to get to the meals. I assume we gotta try to moving the vehicle. If we can move it now. Okay, so we still can't move yet. We have to, basically, the biggest issue right now is that this thing can't seem to move. It's stuck. And so I'm trying to fix that by finagling, I believe it's the crops underneath the vehicle. And I believe we can kill all these plants, including all the trees, we should be able to maneuver out of here. That's kind of the big thing I'm trying to get done, and then we can continue on our magical adventure. By the way, like I said before, but if you want, I did post on Discord the link to the YouTube stream, and you should totally have that open while you have this one open too. Multi-stream drifting is the name of the game, because it also helps me improve on the algorithm. Because I was kind of looking at, like, how do you actually get monetized on YouTube? It's actually way harder than Twitch. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Twitch recently adjusted the difficulty of getting monetized on the platform to being incredibly easy. It used to be that you had to take, like... What was it? The way it used to be was you had to get 3 average viewers and 50 followers, and the average was over the course of, like, 30 days. I believe now it's the average over 3 days, or, like, a week. You had to have 3 average, and then that's it. And then I think you can immediately start collecting subscriptions and whatever else you want. I'm like, wow, they're trying to make it really easy for people to get monetized on the platform. I think it's because they're struggling to fight against YouTube and all the other funny platforms that exist nowadays for this type of content, essentially, right? Because if other platforms are offering money, because I know I believe their biggest threat right now is the one platform that I don't really use myself, but it's called Kick, which I'm sure some people are aware of. I myself don't plan on streaming on Kick at any time, but I know it's been one of those platforms that gained a lot of traction the past couple of years, especially as a lot of other major content creators have decided to move over to that platform. I have no intention of moving there, but, you know, that's just how it is. Also, here we go. Why? Okay, so I can move here. It's just struggling to actually get things done. It's really odd. Oh, I think I fixed it. Can I move this now? What in the world happened? Why? Huh? Okay, so I still can't move it. Cannot reach this area. All right, let's turn the vehicle off for now, and let's just let this do its own thing. Yes, Kick has, as my understanding goes, incredibly generous. It is incredibly generous with its payouts, which is kind of surprising to hear, because one of the biggest issues with operating a platform like this is the amount of resources that you have to spend to essentially send out the video feed to other, you know, to like the individual viewer, right? Like that consumes a lot of information, like data, like bandwidth. And I think my understanding is that Kick's split is like 95-5, where the streamer gets 95%. So let's say, okay, like in the old days when subscriptions were like $5, right? I would get $2.50 on Twitch, and Kick would give you like $4.75, I think, mathematically. But the problem is that Kick also has its own issues with bots and the content that's on Kick. The way I've always kind of seen it, and I'm not trying to do this as a drag against people who stream on Kick for whatever reason, is that Kick kind of ends up being like, this is where all the people who were the best way I'm going to describe it is that it's essentially the home where all the people on Kick who got banned on Twitch went, right? Like, these all the people who got banned on Twitch, and now they need a new home, so they live on Kick now. Is that accurate? I don't know. I don't think that's completely true, but I think it's kind of funny that it's kind of how I see it. And that's kind of... Oh, I forgot to turn the throwing thing on. Hello, Infidave, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Kick's entire business strategy right now is to outbid every other platform for short-term gain, and maybe they get profit. Yeah, I mean, that's basically that's how a lot of tech works nowadays. Whereas you undercut and then you underpay or whatever it is, you basically burn through money until you are like the one competitor left, right? That's the main thing. I'm gonna drink, don't worry. I'm kind of surprised that says like it tells you what redeems people are redeeming. I might need to change that. Let me also just buy some stuff here. I need to buy cloth, and I think I need to sell... Let's see here. Oh, I'm gonna sell these random leathers that I don't need. That's worth money. And then I think I have enough meat for the time being. I'll buy the components. Okay, there we go. Oh, never mind. Okay, I can't buy that. Buy this, sell that. Okay, that's fine. Also, since I need material, let's do this real quick. Let's drop... I am carrying a metric ton of steel, so let's just drop all that steel so we can actually use it. Yeah, so I was carrying a lot of steel on this thing. We have a lot of slag chunks too. So our main goal today is to essentially set up a base around the ship and then protect the ship once we get it firing. So my guess is that we'll probably protect like 1, 2, 3 here, and then we'll have the big old truck somewhere in the middle of that creation that we make. That's essentially the plan. I will likely need to reload this at least once to redraw the pathing, And that's about it. In fact, I'm going to try it real quick. Let me save. Sometimes if you save and reload, it fixes the routing so that the vehicles can actually move around, which is one issue I've always had with these comically large vehicles. Anyways, I'm so excited for the new expansion. I cannot wait for the new expansion for this game. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they dropped the announcement and they're like, hey, so we're going to have the new game or new expansion DLC in about a month. Have fun. I've already heard really good things about it, like all the new performance improvements where the game loads incredibly quick, pathing isn't bad anymore, people are running like 300 people colonies and in vanilla, and it's mostly working. I'm like, that is insane. I am so excited. I am so excited for the new expansion. I can't wait for that to come out. And I know people are asking, are you gonna do a vanilla run? It's like, yeah, I'll probably do a mostly vanilla run once the expansion drops. Maybe I'll even play without combat extended. Maybe that'll be a first. We'll see how it pans out, really, is how it's going to be. Also, I forgot to make a schedule for the week. I'll probably post it on Discord later. Also, I forgot I don't have the Discord channel link on YouTube, which is probably not a good idea. I'll fix that later. I forgot about that. All right. Does this move now? Hold on, let's see if Marksman can move this vehicle, please. Can't reach it, okay. So there's still a bunch of things that are in the way of the pathing. That's really annoying. Right? Because I can't move it otherwise, right? Because I know Marksman's here. Can't move. Alright. I know we can move it eventually. Because I did it before. I'm pretty sure we just have to cut all the trees underneath it, and then it can start moving about. And we'll just cut all the trees in the way. Once we can get down here, we're good to go. But unfortunately, there's no way for me to kill all the trees through a command. So, someone like SVO basically has to go outside and just start chopping trees down. That's all we can ask for. There's a lot of grass that needs cutting. And so he's got to cut them all. Yeah, see, there we go. And unfortunately, it will just be a very slow, arduous process until all the trees are chopped down. In fact, most of these probably aren't even trees, which is also the other issue. So, yes, most likely the plan is Star Sector and RimWorld, and I don't know what I'm going to do on Wednesday. I think Wednesday will be something new. And Tuesday might be the art stream to continue the Star Sector modding portrait fiasco thing that we've been doing, where I'm drawing like a bunch of random portraits. And then beyond that, I'm not 100% sure quite yet what we'll do beyond that. I know the past few weeks have just been kind of like lackadaisy, but it's because I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of streaming. My sleep schedule's been a mess, for example. Like I have been like weirdly enough sleeping at normal hours and waking up at normal hours, and it's very surreal to me because I'm not used to that. I'm very much not used to. Okay, so I gotta chop. Okay, hold on, I gotta chop this. At least this. Okay, so chopping that. Let's see if that opens up enough space. I hope that opens enough. Vanilla, what mod is that? It's the mod that tastes very delicious. What do I think of Odyssey? What do you mean Odyssey? Elaborate what Odyssey means. Oh, is it a game? You have to tell me a little bit more. X-Slayer, I don't know what that means. Because honestly, like all I've been playing recently is I've been playing a lot of City Skylines and the new DLC. Okay, yeah, we're literally just talking about that. I'm excited. I mentioned it already, but I am incredibly hyped for it because, like I said, I love RimWorld and I love the new content. It's basically, what if we take Save Our Ship 2 and make it official content? Isn't that crazy? I saw that, I'm like, I can't believe this is actually becoming real. Like, it's just straight up, here's Save Our Ship 2, have fun. Which is pretty sweet. I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited. Hello, Steve. How are you doing? Oh, I need to find more uranium. I just realized we're actually running a little low on uranium. I know we have a bunch somewhere in the cargo hold because... I would hope so, because I need uranium to operate the ship. Oh, shoot, we might actually be running out of uranium. Okay, we may need to go acquire some uranium. Okay, I thought I had uranium, but I guess I've run out. There is one uranium ore node in there, so let's grab that at the very least so we can get some fuel. Yes, I saw the pawn pathing and how it will actually follow straight roads and stuff, which is really nice. And I really want that. So I know there's uranium already on the ship. This is I need the 9. That's what fuels the nuclear reactor. It consumes like 2 uranium per day, which is not a lot, but you know, it adds up over time. So I'm trying to be a little wary of how much I'm consuming. Let's see. Multi-threading the game so you can have more. Yes, I know they multi-threaded the pathing, and I'm super excited for that because if you haven't noticed, a lot of my runs are incredibly fat colonies, like large colony counts, and it drives people crazy. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Actually, I just realized I don't have a pawn in this run. I should probably put my pawn in this run because I have Alana made a custom hair asset for me and Ray, so both of our hair assets are in the game. And Ray's pawn always uses her hair asset, and my pawn always uses my hair asset, which is awesome. Thank you, Alana, for doing that. So that's what we're gonna try doing today. Let's see if we can get this slapped out. Also, I'm surprised that I'm not getting a lot of like issues streaming to YouTube. It's definitely still a learning process where I have to learn how to press certain additional buttons, but the fact that it works, I'm very surprised. It's been a very solid experience just streaming with YouTube, and I'm very glad. The only problem is that apparently I can't just press go live. I have to press a button that says go live and then go live again, but maybe it's me being incompetent, and I think it actually is me being incompetent. There's apparently a setting that will fix that. This thing has enough chem fuel, right? Okay, so I need Espio to chop these plants out eventually once he's free. Where is he? Again, I gotta move this thing down here as quickly as I can. Alright, so now should have you cut the grass. There we go. Only they added proper smarter pawn construction wall replacement to the game. I believe replacement is actually a thing happening. I'm not sure if it's the pawn or if it's the way you think it's gonna operate, but I did hear something about that. Let's go over here, SBO. I need you to go over here. Chop me some grass. There we go. Yeah, the pawn pathing has always been like a bit of an issue in this game, which I'm glad is getting fixed. Yeah, so we're gonna be on 1.5. We might switch to the 1.6 beta after this colony's done. Like, my plan is once this colony's done, we'll switch to 1.6 beta and try it out, see what mods work and don't work. I think most mods will work, at least on release, which is kind of what I am looking forward to. Can I... What is down there? There's something down there, and I don't know what it is. Come on, I need you to... Let's call a trade caravan. Perfect. What is... Can we move this yet? Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna hold on. There's gotta be able to reload this. Hold on. There's a way to reload the pathing maps. I usually just save and reload. Let's see if that fixes it. Usually that's enough to fix things. We'll see if that's the case in this scenario. Oh. It's really interesting to see how much... But yeah, I saw what they're replacing. I'm really excited to try out doing a ship run where we build our own ship in space. I loved SOS2, but SOS2 had its own set of problems. And so I think it'll be good to try the official interpretation of Save Our Ship 2. That's kind of where I'm getting at. I want to see what is the official interpretation? What is the lore-accurate interpretation of this functionality? And see where we go from there. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be an add-on for like the more crazy type of content rather than like the more tame content, I think is what we're gonna be seeing in SOS2. At least that's, or at least, yeah, like all the Archotech ship fights and whatnot is probably going to be with SOS2 instead of being rolled into the main game, if that makes sense, right? Who knows, maybe we like, listen, if people can take Factorio and they took the Space Exploration DLC, or Space Age DLC, and they added new content to that, imagine what people are going to do to the RimWorld stuff once they add new content to that. Like new planets, new ship types, new threats. Like, there's going to be a lot of options. What do you mean you still can't reach? What is... Hold on, is there a way to... Hold on. Is there really no way to fix this? Try to find exit. Spawn airdrop, lock everything, draw hit size. Okay, hold on, let me There's definitely a way to do this. I just cannot remember what it is. Okay, hold on. Also, we did get a new pawn. This one's name is Hunter, and he is going to be assigned to... Let's see who's on the roulette wheel today. Let's see, this will be assigned to... Okay, so these people haven't been in chat for a while, so I'm just gonna... Kinwar can have it. Alright, we got Kinwar now. Kinwar is a... Let's see here. Male Panthers. Okay, blah, blah. So we're gonna quickly change your ideology because that's what I want to do. You are actually of the Toledo path. Let's see here. 25, child soldier, grew up to be a ranger, pretty good at shooting, psychically dull, a bit of an idiot. Trigger happy, a cannibal, and chronically ill. Those are a lot of interesting words that he's got attached to his character. I'm vaguely concerned. Incredibly concerned. Which are the 3 main eras. Yeah, I'm gonna expect there's gonna be a lot of like crazy stuff that people are gonna try doing, especially because I know now we're going into space. I was hoping for a bit more of an ocean faring mod, but you know, what are you gonna do? Sometimes the game, they don't want to make, you know, ocean faring content, which is fine. A little sad, but I would have liked. How do I move this thing? There's got to be a way to move this to where I need it to go. For now, we'll leave it be, but I am concerned. Like, I don't know why I can't move this vehicle. This one is always the one that has issues because it's just so big and chunky. There's no easy way to move the dang thing. Okay, that's fine, though. It's also kind of annoying because they're not actually picking up food from this thing. They're, like, walking around this edge to grab a meal. Like, for some reason, they can't consume this meal here. They have to grab it. Whatever. More in the Ultratron mods. Yeah, I can see them using the framework and being like, okay, here's how you build a ship. Good luck. And then if you start to take on water, and you'll sink eventually. Proper old Republic Star Wars mod for Renewal DLC would be sweet. It would be pretty interesting. I do like Star Wars for all of its flaws with logic, and it's space fantasy. I'm not expecting, you know, accurate lore in or science in my science fiction story, but no. We'll see how it pans out. I am curious to see how it will pan out in due time. I still don't know why I can't get this thing to move. I can move these. These were able to move fairly quickly. It's the land ship I can't maneuver. See if let me quickly look at the workshop and see if the guy has updated the thing and has managed to say, hey, I managed to fix this. Let me check real quick. Technical map vehicles. Okay. Okay. So, it seems like no one's got an issue with it yet. I'm looking at the mod. Yeah, because a lot of these are older issues that have been fixed already. Okay. Alright, so maybe there's got to be a different way to do this. Alright. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, there's a lot of cool things I'm looking forward to. I'm way more excited for this DLC than I was for Anomaly. I think Anomaly was just... It was okay, but it was a lot of content that I, on a personal level, just straight up didn't really care for, and that was kind of the biggest issue. I don't care for a lot of SCP-themed content, and that's what the main focus of that expansion was, so because of that, I really didn't care too much for it. Not trying to be mean. It's just true. Yeah, Anomaly was incredibly self-contained. Hello, Greywind. This is more like the one that's like, hey, this is for all the people who love RimWorld and want to do RimWorld things. And I think that's great. Also, I'm hiccuping, and I don't know why, and it's weird. I'm gonna see if this fixes the the vehicle pathing. I hope it does. Please let me move this stupid ship over there because I don't want to move everything. Generating vehicle regions. Let's see if that's enough. Come on. Went through so much effort to get this thing to work. I want this stupid ship to move. That's all I want. Oh my god. Maybe I broke the game. Let's see. I don't think what else is like coming out too. Like I know Stellaris has like their mod jam coming up, and I think they're doing a Paradox mod jam for all the games. I heard they were doing one for Victoria 3, and I think maybe one for CK3 as well. Both of which I enjoy playing every now and again, but I actually haven't touched Victoria 3 in a hot minute. CK3 is also one of those things I touch like once in a while. I'm kind of waiting for more stuff, maybe after I finish my current games. Okay, so hold on. You get on here. Turn this on. Okay. Why can't we reach this area? Hold on, I have an idea. Here's my wacky idea. I'm gonna form a vehicle caravan with this thing and try to move it out of the way and then have it come back in. I think that'll be fine. I think that might be janky enough to work. Hold on. Form vehicle caravan using the Columbus. Assign him, and then send instantly, and then yoink ourselves back in there. See if this fixes anything. Okay, so now we're over here. Can't reach this area. That's really annoying. We move from one spot to another. Still can't move. Okay, let's try this again. World map. Form vehicle caravan. Send instantly. So we enter landed ship. I don't know what's bugging it is the problem. I think one of the biggest issues is that it's just so massive that it can't find a proper path, which I believe is the actual issue. You should try Victoria 3 again to have another overhaul. I might give it a shot, but I streamed it once or twice, and I think it was okay, but I don't think people were terribly interested in watching Victoria 3. So I don't plan on really streaming Victoria 3 anymore. It was like a one and done thing. We did one run as Bavaria, slowly became Germany, and then that was about it. That was the end. Yeah, okay, so it's just gonna teleport me in random directions. I don't know why. Can I teleport it? Actually, hold on. Hold on, there's gotta be a command for this, right? Okay, so I can't teleport them. Because I don't want it to be here. I want it to be down here next to all the other stuff. That's the goal. And it doesn't seem like there's anything in the way that would stop that from happening, which is the part that's confusing me. I have an idea. Let's just do a general cut all plants order and see if what happens after we do that. In the meanwhile, let's start surrounding this thing with protection, essentially. Because what's going to happen is when the time comes, we're going to have to just defend this to the bitter end. Right, so we want to make sure we have enough materials to do that. So let's start by at least doing some kind of wall. Let's see. So 13. I'm trying to make it even because I'm a stickler for symmetry. 8. Okay, so this goes up here. We go up here. We go here. And I think we just go all the way here. I think that'll be fine. Okay, that's gonna be our temporary design that we're gonna use for, you know, walling the ship off. Because again, we have to defend this thing for a significant amount of time. Hello, SVO. Yes, I am ready to be your dancing monkey for tonight. You know, if Seconds Play is way more enjoyable multiplayer. Okay, so here, I've talked about this before, but I no longer play Paradox games multiplayer. There was a time when I did. It was a very interesting experience, is all I'm going to say. A lot of the communities that I had jumped into for such experiences ultimately got banned because, let's just say, some people were very vocal in their distaste for individuals that were not of their that were not similar to them. And because of that, I basically decided to stop playing multiplayer Paradox games. That's the simplest way that I'm going to describe that experience. you would be surprised at how much stuff people would casually post because they're in a community of people playing a World War II simulator. That's the best way I'm gonna describe that. It was definitely a thing, and so yeah, that's why I stopped. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like that's legitimately like why I stopped doing it. It was fun though, kind of, for a little bit when I did play Hoi 4 multiplayer, because Hoi 4 multiplayer I think is a really cool experience that it's very hard to replicate. Good because you're ahead of, actually, with 14 being down. 14 can't be down for that long, right? Can't be that bad. Probably like a few more hours. Speaking of a few more things, I don't know if anyone saw this, but I keep up with VTuber news, obviously, as a VTuber myself, and I saw some pretty interesting news as of late. There was a teaser, one could say, about a certain little shark who may be returning from the void. Except she's no longer a shark, but she does have a really fat tail, which was also kind of surprising. I was like, wow, that is a really, really thick tail. 5 a.m.? Oh, jeez. Let me pull it up real quick on stream so you can see what I'm talking about. So there was this. Come on. There we go. There's a cute little trailer. Look at that. Look at this ocean theming. It's so nice. No, I don't want to link my Google account to X. Please go away. Look at it. It's adorable. Oh, and we get our first teaser. All right. Professional anime analysis. Big tail. Cool. Fish. Cool. Twin-tailed blondie. That is what my professional anime thing is telling me. That's what we're gonna get. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see. Do you not know who this is, Ranu? Do you not know the Sameko Saba? It's it's Gura reborn. Yeah. So everyone is super hyped for this. Like, it's crazy. Like, look at how much engagement this one tweet had. Anyways, it seems like her fans are gonna be crabs this time, which will be interesting. Anyways, that's just a mild segue into something that I'm mildly interested in, because I did like watching Gura sometimes. I didn't watch Gura all the time, but when I did, it was a fun and enjoyable experience, as best as one could have. Also, I think the traders have arrived, right? Yes, let me trade with them now. Where is SPO? Who is my best trader? Considering? Well, I think she just grew attached to the character theme, but obviously she can't be that character without being part of, you know, without being part of HoloLive, and I think she just didn't want to be part of HoloLive anymore, which is, again, totally understandable. Also, I think I keep forgetting to give Steve a proper thick coat, which I probably should fix, and I think Kinwar also is going to suffer from the same problem. Oh, you're fine. So Steve is the only one who's dying of no parka. Do I have a spare parka sitting around? I should have a spare parka. Oh, I do have uranium sitting around. Okay, do I really not have any parkas just sitting around? I have all the materials to do it. I don't have the sewing bench set up yet, which is the other problem. Alright, well, I guess he'll just be cold for a while. Yeah, it's brand recognition and licensing. Like, that's the big thing. So I don't blame her for doing whatever she's doing. Okay, so here we go. Parka. Alright, we'll take the parka. And I will sell them. I kind of want the reinforced barrel, at least one of them. I think I just keep everything. I'll buy this one item. That's fine. Okay, so we have a parka, which I will now hand to Steve so he doesn't freeze to death in this frozen weather. So where is that parka? Where's the parka? Oh, it's over here. Where? Inventory full. Why are you carrying all this? Drop all this. Go get your parka. Go get your parka. Hello there, Reaper. How are you doing, Competent? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I mentioned this earlier, but hey, if you want to help me out a little bit and help me with the algorithm, there's a really cool link right over there that will lead you to another thing that you can keep open. You don't have to necessarily watch from that platform, but I would say just keep it open. It'll be great. It'll be great. So, yeah. Just saying. Anyways, hopefully we can get this set up. Also, I'm gonna need to keep 1-2 doors open so we have like an entranceway. You're free from work for a whole week. Are you gonna be able to survive now that you're free for a whole week? There we go. Come on, get your. Now he's free from hypothermia, I believe. -54. Trust me, I'm gonna be saying that a lot because I kind of do want to see if I can help. I don't want to say like help game the algorithm, but I would like to develop some kind of small following on YouTube as well, because it's a platform that I don't use very often, and I feel like I probably should. So, all streams from now on will be simulcasted to both Twitch and YouTube, and then I'm probably going to start pruning a lot of the old garbage videos. Holy cow, I have a video here called Terrible Christmas Album from like 3 years ago. Holy cow, that is ancient. For those who don't know, I did as a part of a community challenge thing, I did a Christmas album many, many eons ago, and you can still find it on YouTube. I have I have not listened to it in a very long time because I don't want to listen to how bad I sound when I sing, but it's there if for some reason you're interested in it. Anyways, I don't know if this thing's gonna move. I think we're just gonna have to try to set up everything down here. Maybe we just try to haul everything over there and just leave this alone. We sacrifice the giant caravan, but I kind of don't want to just leave this here. On the other hand, we have enough resources that we could probably just move it all anyways. I just don't know why it doesn't move correctly. Like, that's the problem that I can't get over. Like, even if I have Zeoposer stand over here, turn it on. I'm gonna have to look that up real quick and just see what's going on with that. In fact, I'm gonna see if there's a command. You must be able to eat and drink without pain. I mean, I would too, if I was in your position. Hopefully, you'll be okay in due time, but that just sucks. Map framework. There we go. Let me see if I can find, let's see if I can find answers here. Actually, you know what? It might be. Oh, you know what? I think it might be an issue with vehicle framework, actually. In fact, I might look... Let's see here. Pathfinding. Here we go. I believe there's actually a pathfinding thing. Okay. Hold on, I have an idea. Let's go to options. Mod options. Vehicle framework. Here we go. Vehicles. Dreadnought. Land carrier. Here we go. Okay. World pathing. For the land carrier. I don't know what this does. I'm looking at something, but I don't know if it does anything. Actually, wait, hold on. Maybe this will, Okay, wait, hold on. Maybe this will help me. We're gonna learn how to debug a mod live and see if I can figure out how this works. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's clear this. Let's turn off the local pathing. Turn these off. Okay. Okay, so that's still on the screen, which is not correct. That's very much not what I wanted to see. Okay, so then we're gonna flash region cost. We'll go to vanilla. Okay, that's not what I want. Oh, what did I do? I may have broken something. Okay. Oh lord, it is the game is lagging pretty badly. I don't know what I did. I'm gonna reload the game. I'm scared. I'm scared of what I may have just done. That was ominous. The game was definitely not having a good time. I figured the issue might actually be with vehicle framework, Blessed be thy holy machine spirit. May thy henceforth function well and without fault. Yeah, I don't think it's wanting to work with me. I think it's wanting to suffer. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. So pathfinding. No hitboxes penetrated. Pawns may take damage. External costs have hitboxes. Okay, okay, that's fine, fine. Here we go. FAQ and community recommended vehicle mods. Let's see if I can use this to help identify why I can't move the stupid thing. Because it's basically a mod that's built off of another mod that's built off of another mod, so we're basically recursively modding. And see if that's going to cause any issues here. I don't want to join a Discord, because Discords... I hate joining Discord. Okay. Here we go, operating. Okay, so if I go to the... Okay. Let's see. Pathing. Okay. So here's what I think I can do. So we're back here. So Mark's gonna quickly hop in this thing. See what happens. Alright. Can reach here. Okay, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go to options. Mod options. Vehicle map framework. Let's pick up and haul. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So let's leave that alone. Let's go to vehicle framework. Let's go find the land carrier. Okay, so that's fine. We can change the stats here. Damage, fuel capacity, that's all fine. How do I change the actual hitbox of this thing? You can actually change this too. Control type. Colonist driven, AI driven. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Draw landing spot, vehicles. There's gotta be one of these options that can fix it. Okay, hold on. World pathing for the land carrier. No, if I press that, something bad is gonna happen. I remember that thing just leads to chaos and pain. Okay, one of these has to tell me, like, lets me adjust the... Yeah, one of these has to let me change the pathing of this vehicle. Right? Caravan, yes, that's fine. Actually, hold on, I have an idea. What if I just turn off? I disable vehicle, smooth vehicle paths. Is there no way for me to just turn off pathing just temporarily? Okay. Okay, draft any vehicle. Shoot any turret. Okay, let's do draft any vehicle and then draw the hitbox. Okay. See if this does anything. Okay, so I can draft it temporarily. First of all, let's get marksman off of this. Okay, so I can't move here. That's fine. I'm sorry that I'm basically like doing boring bug testing. I know it's like not fun, but I really don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I would just like to be able to move the stupid thing to where it needs to go, rather than trying to, you know, figure it out. Rather just do it this way. Okay, shoot any turret. Fleet points, meeting point, path costs, Pathfinder search. Okay, so what if I do graph edit? Oh, okay. Wait. What is the point of this? Okay, so there's a graphing tool for some reason, like a graphing calculator? Okay, so using this knowledge. Okay, so that didn't help me. Try again. Vehicle map framework doesn't do anything. Debug tool patches, that's fine, let's do that. So maybe I have access to more tools to manipulate on the debug tool and see if that fixes anything. Alright, let's go back to vehicle framework. Local pathing, land carrier. Show me links. Don't know what that does. I don't think that did anything. Can I move this yet? Needs more crew to operate. Okay, so I thought I fixed that. Let's go to vehicle framework, draft any vehicle, world pathing, reachability. Okay, so can I... I'm gonna get this to work. I'm going to forcibly move this vehicle over here one way or another, because I am not going to let this sit here. Unless able in mod settings, all vehicles will utilize their full size for pathing. Okay, so... Oops. Options. Mod options. Nope, okay. Vehicle framework. Where's the one that lets me disable? Draw pathfinder search. Draw path... Okay, hold on. Draw path searching. Draw pathfinder search. Slow down. Async. Okay, that's fine. Oh, here we go. Full vehicle pathing. Okay, let's see if turning that off will allow me to move the stupid thing. I will never be free. This thing will never move. This thing is just stuck here forever. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way to get this thing just to work. Hold on, let's see. Where's the vehicle options? Draw hitbox size, ground all aerial vehicles. Okay, none of these are really gonna do anything that I wanted to do. Alright, yep. Alright. Well, I guess while we're doing this, we can at least let the things keep being built. Right? That's the bare bones we can do. While I try to figure this out. Because technical map vehicles doesn't even have its own section here. Which is also kind of annoying, so it's all under vehicle framework. Okay, vehicles still be constrained by its size. Modifiable settings is fine. I disable vehicles. Okay, so I should be able to go here. Land carrier, pond damage offered multiplier. Winter speed multiplier, world speed multiplier, manhunter targets. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Most of these are basically the same, can't really change it. Maybe it's just locked in on that size. Which would also be really funny. Yeah, I think... Long thread activity, graph enter local pathing. I guess there's just no way to disable it. That's frustrating. Clear region cache, regenerate all regions. And... I'm surprised there's actually not a teleport command to just teleport vehicles around. Like, that's the other thing that's kind of surprising. You would think there's a command to do such a thing, but there's not. You cannot just teleport the stupid vehicle. Also, Arani's finally no longer sad. Arani was having a mental breakdown earlier, but no longer. Okay. Okay. So pathfinding. Of your walls, 3x3 shaders. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Why don't I just check out the, Why don't I just look at this FAQ? Hold on. It's not add. You need to look for other mod. Joins. Okay. It's a better deal with pathing settings are. Path settings are regional vanilla ponds. Okay, yeah, I guess this is just how it's gonna work. I'm double checking the mod settings and I can't seem to adjust this. Oh well, that's fine. We'll play as is then. So let's just build this out. You want Psych IT? All right, Arani, let's get you some Psych IT. Is your pawn actually addicted to Psych IT? You have a brain stem, which is good. I guess we could grow some Psychite. We don't need to keep growing eggplants. Here, once the opposer's done grabbing this, we're gonna switch this crop now. Tea. Actually, we're gonna grow regular tea, not Psychite tea. Regular tea does the same thing, but is less psychotic. You know, we don't want drugs, we just want some tea. Tea is nice for the average comrade to consume on a regular day-to-day basis to ensure their longevity and survivability. And so, you shall have tea. Also, because the tea grows relatively quick too as well, so it's not a big deal. There's just no way to path this thing, which is also just frustrating. I wonder if I had not moved it earlier, it would have been able to move. I think the other problem is that most of this might not be... Maybe this ground is not usable. Oh, you know what? That might be the other thing. Maybe this vehicle is just not movable. SPO is also having a mental breakdown because SPO is always on the verge of a mental breakdown. I saw your messages on the RimWorld Discord server. I saw the communications that were going on in there, which I thought was kind of funny. I don't know what's going on with the RimWorld Discord server. Every time I look in there, it always seems like someone has a... I don't want to say a bone to pick, but there's always someone who feels like they're always right. And they are going to ensure that everyone else knows that they're right. I don't know where I'm getting at with this. All I'm just saying is, like, I don't look at the RimWorld Discord server all that much. I don't participate in that community, but I've been kind of tempted to try it out. Just be like, hello everyone, I am person who plays RimWorld. How are all of you doing? And then make a statement that's clearly wrong and just see how everyone feels about it. But maybe I don't want to give people a headache, so maybe I'm not going to do that. Let's see if we can have SBO wake up now and just cut the grass. I'm fairly sure it's because there's a tree in the way. I think there's a tree underneath where we're at, and that's the only reason why I can't actually path this stupid thing. If I chop out more plants, maybe we could do it. There's gotta be trees here. In the meanwhile, we can keep building this out, which we're gonna need more materials anyway, so let's get out the extra steel, because the main problem, again, is that's where all of our materials are. So do any of these carry steel? Not really. It's the other problem. So I'm trying to think how I want to defend this. Well, one, we're gonna need a lot of turrets. I want this thing to be completely surrounded in so many turrets that nothing will be able to punch through this thing. We will be so protected. We'll also need power. So at the very least, we can probably rely on a very simple solar generator to at least generate some bare bones electricity. And we can get a... Let's see, we'll need solar generator. We'll need to hook this thing to power so we can actually generate chem fuel. We'll need a battery to store the fuel or power. We'll need to store it somewhere else. So I think that'll be correct. So let's build solars here. We'll put a small utility closet around here. Doesn't need to be very big, just needs to be big enough. Put a door. And then I can put batteries in there. We need to wire everything together with power for electricity. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, and just a little bit right here. We're supposed to quit working for the evening. Your brain is at overload. Why do you keep working so late in the evening? You gotta have peace. I'm always of the opinion, like, once that clock says you're off the clock, you are off the clock. Don't give them more time than you deserve. You have a life. You should use that life. Don't let other people eat your time for you. That's always my philosophy. Also, how are you, Zoingo? Hopefully you're having a good evening. Eventually, this vehicle will move, I swear. I think if I just have SPO cut all the plants out of the way, I think just a bunch of trees will be free. If I have to chop up, if I have to basically raise this entire map to the ground, I will do so. I will do so. Yeah. Schoolwork. Oh, it's schoolwork? Okay, never mind. No, you gotta keep working on that schoolwork then. Never mind. I thought it was like work. If it's schoolwork, no. Just you focus on that. That's important. That's incredibly important. How are you, Zoingo? Hopefully you're having a good evening. I know you said you're also like you also have the YouTube stream open too, which I appreciate. Again, we're trying to game the algorithm a little bit. The almighty algorithm until I actually get around to making proper YouTube videos. One of these days I will. As I've said for the past like 10 years, 3 years, 4 years, however long I've been streaming. Oh, I'll make a YouTube video eventually. Never got around to doing it because I'm so lazy, I guess. So I just want to point out, SPO is so good at just chopping plants. Oh, we need more helmets, right? That was the other thing that I was trying to make. Okay, so we need at least 2 more helmets. I believe Markson's making another one. Oh, you're making a rifle, I think. No more helmets? Okay. We'll have to set up some turrets too and everything, and we'll have to make sure we're well protected. We're gonna need more steel. There's so many materials that we're gonna need. Let's grab this gold ore while we're at it. Grab all this. That's a lot of just metal. Can we move this yet? Nope. Alright. Eventually. How come I haven't gotten standardized weapons yet? We are standardized in a sense. So our primary weapons are the charge rifles and shotguns. We do need to make more charge rifles, but we don't actually have that many. We're mostly just grabbing them as loot. And unfortunately, we don't have that many. Why did I make a second lathe? I built a lathe and I didn't need a second one. Need reinforced barrels. So once we get more weapons, the main problem I believe is that for the charge rifle, we don't have the... There was something we were missing, but I think it was the chem fuel, but the chem fuel was all the way over on this vehicle here, and we're actually beginning to run out of it, which is also very funny. You baked at work? I can't believe you're doing the devil's lettuce at work. How could you do this? You were supposed to be the chosen employee, not go to the dark side. You do logistics for some mold storage? Class doing great. Oh, okay, interesting. Mold storage? Yes, I did get the dual chat working, but I have to use a different methodology to get that working. Essentially, the way it's working is I have a specialized plugin. It's called... what is this bloody thing called? I'm already blanking out on the word of this thing. It's called Caster Labs, and it allows you to stream to multiple platforms, or it allows you to kind of have like a, what's it called, like a central center for all of your multi-channel shenanigans. So if you have, like, say 3 different platforms you're streaming to, you can have them all in one. So I now have one chat window on my screen that I can see that has all of them, but I also keep the Twitch one open because that's still the primary platform. And obviously I have something with the Twitch open for, hey, here's all the little Twitch events, like people subscribing, following, whatever, is all there visible for me to see, which makes it very, very easy for me to adapt to what is going on. Also, I'm going to finally give Espio this beautiful helmet that he has deserved for quite some time. Now, Espio will hopefully not suffer from brain damage anymore. He's already got it, but I can't really do much about it. I could... yeah, I don't think I have a way to fix the brain damage, right? I think we looked it over and there's like brain surgery that we don't have access to fix his brain damage, I think. Yeah, brainstem was the best we could get, and I think that was about it. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, perfect. You're 102. Oh, Jesus Christ, 102? That sounds awful. That's so hot. Oh my god. That's like, you're going to suffer from heat stroke if you're not careful. Temperature's bad. I'm glad you're okay, though. Yes, SPO. You and your brain damage, lurky emote. Okay, I think what you've got to do now is I need you to quickly chop down this. Okay, come on, chop this. There we go. Look at SPO cut plants. Is what I'm looking for. Right here. This is peak gaming. Perfect. Also, who's my crafter? I think it's Marksman, right? Yeah, Marksman's my one crafter, which sucks. I need more. Can I move this yet? Okay, so I think now, if I go to mod options, go down to vehicle framework, and then redraw everything again. Should be okay. No, am I just never allowed to move this thing? Is this thing just permanently stuck? Is this thing legitimately just stuck forever, and I just can't move it ever? That would suck. There's no more plants there. Alright, I have an idea. Let's save. And reload. Maybe reloading will force the pathing to regenerate. Maybe that'll be enough. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna try... Listen, we've been standardizing our weapons. I know you mentioned that earlier, Hoovy. But the goal is charge rifles and... What's the other thing? And then basic shotguns. Chain shotguns are ideal, because at least they can fire relatively quickly. Okay. Also, I don't know what it is, but every time I check Twitch, so many people I follow are now collabing. It's like, it seems to be like the summer of collabs, which is very... very interesting. I saw Giga was doing like a big collab with other people. I know Ranu was doing some collabs the other day. Some other random folks that I'm following are just like, yeah, we're collabing. Everyone's collabing. And I'm like, what is happening? It's so strange to me. Mostly because I'm someone who basically doesn't collab ever, which is kind of sad when I say it like that, but it's true. When was the last time you saw me collab? I guarantee you it was probably like over a year ago. It's not anything bad, it's just more I'm not used to being in a multi-person situation. And I think I've had some people say like that they're not terribly interested in watching collabs, they'd rather just watch the one stream, which I'm always open to opinions and interpretations of that. But, you know, I do listen to what other people say, what people like to watch. And if people say they don't want to see collabs, then so be it. Alright, does this work yet? Oh my lord, we're never gonna move out of here. Oh wait, hold on, what if there's what if there's a... Hold on. What if there is a... Let's haul this. What if we haul this? Let's haul these out of the way. Maybe that's enough. Pickles, hello, Robolet. How are you doing, comrade? Let's move all this out of the way and see if that's enough. Actually, I have an idea. Let's actually drop it in here. Let's load cargo. Just load all this in. See if that does anything. We just need to move these slate chunks out of the way. I'm doing pretty good. I am very warm though. It's been getting really hot, and even opening the window to let cool air in is no longer doing anything to help mitigate the absolute insanity of the current weather, and it's driving me a little mad. I'm surviving, but barely. We're doing the Grand Caravan run, where we tried to caravan our way all the way to the ship here, which we did. And now we're trying to set up so we can defend it against the threats, so we can try to escape and leave this accursed planet once and for all. That's currently our main goal. Set up the ship, but we need to... I'm also trying to find a way to move this thing all the way over there, but I think the Columbus just straight up doesn't want to move anymore, so that's the other big problem I'm running into, so it's been a bit of a problem.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, there's the opposer. Yes, we're at the ship now. Isn't it great? We made it. We made it after so many trials and tribulations. We made it to the ship. However, we're still not out of the woods yet. We have to set up our defenses. So basically, most of today's stream is trying to get this thing down there and also setting up defenses. Turrets, weapons, everything we could possibly use is going to all take place today. That's all we're focusing on, is setting it all up, if that makes sense. Right? Also, let me check real quick. Vehicle, framework, stop. Let's see if I can find that. I'm mobile base bigger than the ship. Yes, I believe it's actually about the same size. It's surprisingly large. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's any other options for fixing the pathing thing, which is driving me nuts. I think we're not going to play with technical map vehicles again in the future. It's really cool, but holy cow, the amount of headaches that I'm dealing with for this is driving me nuts. So, we're gonna... Once we get this thing done, it's done. But yeah, I think it's actually about bigger or about the same size as the ship itself, which is insane to me. Considering how much material is on this thing is a mobile tank, right? Like, it's pretty cool to look at. Does everyone have a helmet now? Okay, so I think the Zeoposer needs the helmet next. Okay, you get a helmet. Where are you? Alright, you don't want a helmet. You want to just dig rocks? Fine, you can keep digging rocks. You'll turn around, you'll come around eventually. Also, I keep forgetting, what happened to my... My OBS is really weird. I'm still trying to learn how to use it, but I know I have like the multi-chat thing. I have no idea where it went. I have to like reopen the dock. Perfect. So yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna keep mentioning that, hey, we're multi-streaming forever and ever, okay? We gotta make sure it works, okay? Alright, let's go trade with these people. Thankfully, SBO is a really good trader. Actually, now that it's October, maybe we'll be able to move this. Actually, let's try regenerating this. Okay, let's go to vehicle framework. Let's do this again. Regenerate regions. Okay, I think this thing broke again. Twitch rules, YouTube rules. Hi, Alana. How are you, comrade? Have you seen the really cool preview of a certain streamer's return to the greatness of the internet that I posted about earlier? Isn't it super cool and exciting? I still can't move this stupid thing, and I'm going to go crazy. I don't know what else I can do. I think I've done everything that I could do correctly, and I still can't move the Columbus even one step forward. It's driving me nuts. Oh no, I said the same thing. I was like, you know what I think it is? Twin-tailed blonde. Twin-tailed blonde, I'm fairly sure is what we're gonna get. That's what I'm fairly sure that's what she's gonna be. Am I gonna be right? Am I gonna be wrong? Who knows? Well, that's my interpretation. I'm gonna try this one. Let's save and reload. Twitch is the water pistol to YouTube's howitzer. I mean, the one benefit at least YouTube has is that if you run an ad block, you can ad block everything. Twitch's ad blocking, or Twitch's ads are very invasive and really hard to get rid of. Unfortunately, I'm not monetized on YouTube, and I probably will not be for a very, very long time, so that part doesn't really matter too much to me. One day I'd like to be monetized on that platform, but the requirements are a little intense. And I was like, oh, it's way stricter than Twitch. Twitch is easy mode compared to YouTube. YouTube was actually like, you gotta try. You gotta, like, struggle to become... You gotta legitimately struggle to be monetized on that platform. So, we'll see how it pans out. For example, did you know that in order for me to reach monetization on YouTube, I need like 3,000 public watch hours, which is insane, over the past 1 year, like a rolling 365 days. Also, I need 500 subscribers or followers on YouTube, and then I need to upload 3 videos, which is actually kind of hard. Not so much the uploading part, because streams count as an upload, but it's the reaching that many subscribers and views is kind of nuts. This thing is just never going to be able to move. This thing is just stuck. I cannot move this. I legitimately don't know why I cannot move this thing. Like, it's clear. I don't know why it doesn't want to move. I'm trying to think what would be the only other option here to get this thing to work. The mothers, I don't think it's stuck on the walls, no. But I'll try anyways. It might be. We'll God mode it. I'll God mode deconstruct this because I don't want to wait forever. Okay, so let's God mode deconstruct it. Let's see if it's enough. Okay, then let's redraw the... Okay, so then if I redraw it... Regenerate all regions. Let's see if this does anything. I'm pretty sure it's gonna break the game. You know, we're pressing funny buttons. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you're doing good, Alana. I was talking about VTubers and stuff earlier, and collabs, and all the wacky stuff that comes along with being a VTuber. Is it worth becoming a VTuber? I don't know. I think it's been a very exciting experience, but it's also been a bit of a chaotic experience, so that's all I can say about that. Oh! Oh my god, it can move. Holy cow, it moves now. I think it actually... Okay, you might have been right, SPO. You were actually right. It was just that stupid block over there. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh my goodness, the stupid thing is actually moving. Okay, maybe it can't go that far. Maybe there's like a certain limit. Oh my god, it's really struggling to pass its way up there. Come on. You can do it. Oh my goodness, we're free. Oh my goodness, we're free. Alright, it's here. It made it. Oh. Oh, okay, so this is going to be where we're going to situate ourselves until we are ready to... Okay, stop right there. We did it. Alright, there's our home. There's our stuff. Here's our beds. Here's our base that we're going to create to defend ourselves. Alright, so... It basically means this side is basically well defended. The other side is not. We have to now build defenses along this entire route to ensure our survivability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for like a double, triple layer wall system here, right? So what I'm thinking is that you can have an exterior wall. Let's go 2 tiles wide. Something like... Let's see, we'll go something like this, right? So we'll have... let's see. This is probably unnecessary, but I want to do this anyways because I think it'll be cool. Let's go, like, about here. And then, if I do this right, which I hope I'm doing this right, we can then utilize another we can then put an outer layer of embrasures and then put a bajillion turrets in that area. I think that's how I'm going to approach this. So we probably will need to move this vehicle. By the way, I have a pilot vehicles without a pilot on for temporarily. Oh, a Wanderer has joined in. All right, sure. Welcome aboard, Comrade Man. Who will be allocated to who's on the roulette today? I did not that many people. All right, so this will go to M Master. All right, so M Master is a pretty good shot. Let's see, Apprentice, Herbold Rioter. Okay. Tortured Artist, Night Owl, Masochist, Insatiable, and Squeamish. There's a lot of funny words he's got. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? I keep forgetting you have your own emotes, which is really funny to me. Those are good emotes. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good evening. You know what I remember too? Apparently I'm not supposed to be having both YouTube and Twitch chats being displayed on stream at the same time. I think that's like against TOS. But realistically, I don't think Twitch is going to do anything unless someone starts mass reporting me. Which I would hope no one's going to be actually mean enough to do. But I guess I should be careful and not actually mention that. I need to get an angry noise emote like that too. I've been meaning to do that. A lot of emotes I want to get, but I think my priority is to get the Ray Fumo asset. I think that'd be really nice to have. Anyways, hopefully M Master will be a good, solid comrade to join us on our magical adventure. Also, yeah, we need tea. Dual chat. Do people actually normally? Okay, it might just be one of those things where Twitch just straight up doesn't care most of the time. Like I could see that being the case. Also, when did I get to 10 pawns? I didn't even realize I made it to 10 pawns. Also, I think we're out of... I think this is supposed to be gold. Oh, I'm out of steel. Hold on, I gotta grab more steel. Hold on. I have a metric ton of steel, actually, and chem fuel, so let's, Okay, so first of all, how much uranium do I have? I have enough uranium. I need the steel. Get all the slag chunks out of here first, so we can at least process that. Slag chunks can be processed into more metal, and then... the actual raw steel should be somewhere... Am I actually out of standard steel? I might actually be out of plain steel. Oh no, here we go. Here's like the last batch of it. Let's get these, Can I not drop it? Oh, I might not be able to drop it because I think there's too many things that have been dropped. We have to wait until these are all processed. Okay, then in that case, I think we should be safe then. Perfect. Twitch would enforce the rule and probably customers leave it and screw them out further. That's true too. I think Twitch is just like... Twitch thinks that they still have like that monopoly that they've had for like the longest time. Which they don't own anymore with all these like other platforms. YouTube streaming is still a little... I'm still a little iffy on how it operates, but for the most part it works fine. Kick is, I think, a platform I'm just not going to touch. I legitimately don't think I want to touch Kick. It's, You're interested in Kick? Oh, okay. I'm not terribly interested in Kick, primarily because some of the people on that platform are a little questionable. And... it's not even that. I'm trying to think of the right word to describe it. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to think of how I want to describe. Twitch might have its own issues, right? With the content that some people have on here. I know the common joke is the whole bathtub streams and stuff like that, but Kick has like a lot of bad reputation streamers and content creators and metric tons of gambling, which is absolutely insane. And I think, just for myself, I don't really want to be associated with any of that type of stuff in general. You know, I'm very anti-gambling and a bunch of other stuff, and some of the stuff that people do on Kick are incredibly dumb. Like, I've seen clips of people who would basically get into car crashes on Kick, and I'm just like, that is impressive how they could do stupid things like that. Oh yeah, have you not seen it? Okay, so there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but the dude basically had a, like a sports car, like an exotic Italian sports car or something, was speeding down the highway while live streaming, while it's raining, while having his phone in his hand looking at chat while he's blitzing on the highway at like 100-something miles an hour. Gets into a car crash. I think it was just him and the barrier, but his friend, who was also in the car, got injured, and all he told was he told his friend to keep filming because he needs the content while his friend is bleeding out from the head. And I'm like, holy cow, this guy is like morally bankrupt. It was so messed up, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Anyways, I have a very low opinion of Kick, unfortunately. If you want to stream on Kick, like, don't let me stop you. Like, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I have my opinion, and my opinion is not the end-all be-all. And if you want to stream on the platform, please, go ahead. I'm not here to stop you. Pick and choose the platform that you think. Also, I didn't realize Ronnie's dealing with dark visions, apparently. Looks like the dark visions are over. Void Catharsis. That's fun. Oh, we need showers. I just realized we haven't had showers in a while. Actually, let's set up some showers right now. Because we have technology and hopefully electricity in the near future. I think we might be out of components and other stuff in the near future, too. I'm actually burning through a lot of steel just trying to get the stuff set up here, so that's the other problem. Oh, we're being raided by a manhunting pack of mega sloths. In fact, there are 7 of them. Well, let's get everyone on board so that they don't die. I would like Drunken Wayfarer to come over here, please. Get more up here, please. Thank you. I don't want anyone to run off and die. Let's all sit inside and wait until this thing goes away. Alright, so I think now that we have here, let's send Steve out here. And Ronnie. We have enough bullets. We're making lots of bullets anyways. We can just gun these things down as they approach. We have turrets as well. Oh no, Bashy's gonna die. Maybe we should protect Bashy from exploding before Ray hunts me down for getting Bashy murdered. I don't have a way to move Bashy around, but we'll see. Alright, let the turrets do their job. Oh god. Okay, so they're ignoring Bashy because they're man hunters. And Bashy is not man. However, Steve did get friendly fired, so we gotta fix that real quick. Alright, problem solved. However, dead and dying, which is also a bit of an issue. Let's get Steve tended to. Undraft, 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 undraft. Pretty sure Steve will survive. So I believe, so that it's, okay, so it's a really weird thing with the whole maps thing, with the multi-maps. Bashy is zoned when Bashy's sitting on here, but I think Bashy can sometimes freely walk out of it at times. It's very weird. It's very weird. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think once I have like something set up here, we'll set Bashy there. You refer to that as a streamer's discoverability and bad treatment streamers and their pay and preference streamers from Twitch bad. So, here's the thing that people... Okay, so I always hear the thing about discoverability. The thing with discoverability, in my honest, humble... I don't know if I want to say humble opinion, but in my opinion, the biggest thing with discoverability, or what people say discoverability, is that when, I think for a lot of people, when they get discovered, then to them the system's working. When people aren't discovering them, then the system's not working. And it's very easy to... The thing, too, with a lot of these platforms is that people are going to be drawn to people who have higher viewership. There's going to be some people who want to watch people with smaller viewerships, and that is very normal to have, too. But the super generic average viewer is going to sort by most viewed or most concurrent viewers and will watch, like, number 1 through 5, and that's about it. And I think a lot of people complain because they think that it should be a little more randomized or have some more opportunities for smaller streamers to be visible on the platform, which I do agree with. Also, it's global warming now because this is, oh geez, it is no longer frozen and tundra on this tile. I don't know if the world map is going to change, but we may need to turn on the AC for the reactor. That reactor might be spitting out. Oh geez, what is going on? Why? What is happening? Why is that? That's not how that tile should look like. Oh my god, yeah, we're that's very weird. Is that happening anywhere else? Why is it only... Oh, why is it only those tiles? What did I break? Most streamers pay attention more to their characters and seem more excited by new viewers. I mean, that is true, too. Like, I'm always excited when someone new's here. Okay, like, I mentioned this before, but in the grand scheme of things, I am a very microscopic streamer. I am I am nothing compared to like a lot of the bigger streamers, but I enjoy what I do regardless, right? I think that's how some people, I think that's how a lot of people should try to approach this type of stuff. No incentive to promote the unwatchers. Yeah, I agree too. Thing is, a lot of streamers, most streamers suck. I'm gonna say it right now. Most streamers, especially if they're brand new, here's the thing. Some people think that just because they start streaming, people will want to watch them, that they're interesting. But then you go check on their stream, and it's just game, no camera, no visual indicator of the streamer themselves, with a like $5 microphone and the personality of a brick. I think you can stream without having your face shown or without having an indicator of your existence on the stream. I think that's all feasible, but you have to be entertaining. Most people are not entertaining. Heck, I think half the time I'm not entertaining. You ever listen to me when I'm playing Star Sector? I'm just narrating everything that I'm doing, which can be fun, and I think that's what most people expect. The average stream is it's gonna sound like, okay, oh man, he killed me. Oh man, oh that sucks. Oh, and that's kind of how it sounds. It's just terrible. You seen how bad it gets? Oh, trust me. I'm not gonna go through the Rimworld category right now because I don't want to like rag. I don't like ragging on other content creators, which was why I never make fun of specific individuals or point out flaws of specific individuals on stream. But I'm just pointing out general observations that I make. And yeah, holy cow, it is just green. We may need to turn. I think I actually need to dismantle the. Okay, wait, hold on. Can I build an AC over here? Hold on. I need to put an AC. Okay, so I think it looks like this. Okay, so we need to get and build that overall cooler. What about rage games where like this checkpoints you fail, you lose all that progress? You mean like what was that game? The one that people were like, you have to climb all the way up to the tower, and if you fall, it's kind of similar to like getting over it. I mean, those games exist for a reason. Like, there's clearly an audience for that genre, which I don't even know what to call it. I'm gonna call it rage slop or reaction slop. Like, those games exist for a reason, and people obviously enjoy watching people get mad at video games. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't play them myself. I don't watch them myself personally. I think it's boring. Like, I will just, okay, like, legitimately, for big streamers who play those types of games, you will just find the clips of them screaming online. The main benefit that those games do provide, though, is that you can have just a general talking segment for what essentially is about hours and hours while you basically dangle keys in front of your audience by, trying to climb up this ridiculous tower. So that could be a point of benefit for those types of games. I mean, you said really good XCOM 2 and along with the Chosen, but you got tired of it, and people think you watch these days, you think? I mean, that's also a fair point, too. Long War of the Chosen is also just, like, really long. I think most people just don't. Here's the thing. For the games you play, you have to fight the right audience. I think the audience for XCOM is primarily on YouTube in forms of edited video content rather than live streams and, like, Let's Plays. And the only reason I say that is because XCOM takes forever. And if you can condense a like 30-40 hour story into the span of a 1 hour, maybe 30-minute video, you will get more people interested in the type of things that you enjoy. I think that's why someone like Martin Pants does really well when he plays certain games. Like when he plays Factorio, like I don't want to watch him play Factorio, but I will gladly watch him play his edited story content of Factorio, like when he did his space exploration video, then that took him like literal like 400 hours to complete. Like that's one thing. Let's see. Yeah, stream just frozen. You stop hearing midway through against your will. What do you mean by that? XCOM takes no effort in which way? I think XCOM takes some effort to play, at least. One of the things one of the things that I had when I was playing XCOM on stream was it is actually fairly difficult to actually talk about anything that's not XCOM while you're playing XCOM. Does that make sense? It is. I hope that makes sense. So we need to like crank this freezer down even further. I need to make sure this room is cold. This heater is it's heating up. I need this nuclear reactor to stay cold. We may need to crank this. I might need additional ACs actually. Yeah, oh boy, it's let's close this vent. Let's see if I can... If I close this vent, we'll... Let's see here. I'm actually kind of used to this. It works. The vent's closed. Will this room start heating up? Okay, so now it's cooling down. Because now the heat's not being vented out. I think. Oh, we'll see. You just get to know what you're doing. Quit talking. If you're talking, you really have anything interesting to say. You're not trying to make money. Just make sharing with things. I think that's fine too. Like, again, I think a lot of these you just have to find the audience that will appreciate the content that you're trying to provide them. That ultimately, I think, is the best way that someone should approach this type of thing, right? Like, I'm obviously someone who doesn't shut up when I play video games. That's because I like narrating stuff. I wish I could be a voice actor, or I wish I could narrate things. Like, if someone gave me the opportunity to be like, hey, I want you to narrate our game, I would be like, sign me up. I don't even care if you're paying me pennies. I'm like, I want to have that experience and just to hear myself talk in a game. I think that'd be really cool. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. But if there are any indie devs out there that are looking for a narrator who can do weird voices, I'm your guy. It sounds kind of game you play only off stream if you have 40 hours audience. 40 honestly gonna be a lonely stream. It is. No, the thing with the XCOM streams, I think, too, is that you can get people engaged with it by doing the obvious turn the viewers into soldiers and watch them die for you type experience, which is a very common way of experiencing the game. So that's kind of how I also see it as well. I'm gonna need a lot of steel, and I don't know if I have enough steel. I'm gonna start ripping the steel apart. Thankfully, Marksman is at least doing that, ripping out all this beautiful steel. Also, my TPS has cratered. I don't know why it's so low. Oh, it's because these guests of ours have arrived and we have to deal with them. We'll need to offer them some rewards. Hopefully Steve will be okay. Yeah, this should be fine. We also have more armor, so let's give... Kinwar definitely needs new weapons. Let's give Kinwar recon armor and the helmet. And if we can get some more charge rifles, I would love to give him a charge rifle. What do we not have? Oh, it's the chem fuel. I think it's the chem fuel. I'm almost 100% sure it's the chem fuel. In fact, if I drop 2 units of chem fuel, I'm pretty sure then we can suddenly start making it. I think some people start streaming, but they don't know how to rate other streams and network other streamers. Hit luck in a lottery, big streamer rates them. Oh no, it turns out M-Master was a traitor! Oh wait, who is this? Wait, where's M-Master? I don't know why he... Yeah, M-Master was actually a traitor. Oh no, how could have seen this coming? Alright, let's go attack the poor guy. I mean, to be fair, I think that's kind of how I kind of got a little bit popular early. It's because I did know some people... here's the thing. Hold on, do I have a place to dump this guy as a prisoner? I do not. Let's quickly do that. I would like a sleeping spot here. And let's turn that into a prisoner spot. And then let's just quickly grab... Well, let's just try to capture the poor guy. Because I find networking really bad. I am terrible at networking. One of the biggest ways that people kind of quote-unquote network, and I talked about this earlier, is through the joy of collabs. I don't collab. Like, ever. You ever seen me collab? I think the only person I'd probably realistically collab in any meaningful time would be, like, Ray. If she ever wanted to hop on stream one day, which we've joked about before, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Oh my god, I forgot we have a Luciferium guy. Do we even have Luciferium? Did we actually burn through all of our... Oh, we have Luciferium. Okay, we have a little bit. Okay. Alright. He'll probably calm down in due time and probably get his Luciferium soon. So, that's kind of just the thing with like streaming and stuff. It does work. I mean, it can. The thing is, the main reason you would collab is that you're cross-pollinating your communities, and it's like, okay, like this person likes this type of game, this person likes this type of game, you kind of have the same kind of like things that you like playing. Maybe if you cross-pollinate your audiences, people will be like, oh, okay, maybe I like this other person, I'll watch them too. Or maybe they're just your friends, which is also a fair point. Oh no, collab stinky. Yeah, they are kind of stinky. I think it'd be cool to do a collab, but for me, the main reason I don't do them is it would have to be like with someone that, one, I'm comfortable talking to on a at least for a decent amount of time, and kind of at least have the same general vibe and energy that I do, which I don't even know what you would describe it. Relaxed? Right? Would be the type of thing. Like, I'm trying to even think of, like, I guess you could do RimWorld collabs. I saw someone I know doing, like, a RimWorld collab with some other people with, like, RimWorld multiplayer, and I was like, that's definitely a thing that you can do. Holy cow, why is it so slow? Oh, Marksman's pawn is breaking down in half. Alright, yeah, that's what was going on. Marksman's pawn was breaking. Let's see if I can undraft you. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but Steve's pawn is like exploding, and I think it's making the game lag again. Hold on, let's just fix this real fast. Let's teleport you here, and then let's quickly end mental state. Just because I'm trying to make this game run faster. And then go grab your Lucy. Should have your Luciferium. Who had the Luciferium? Someone has Luciferium. Okay, you go grab your funny drug. Your 2-port streamo? What do you mean your 2-port streamo? You think, like, is it because your equipment? Or your quality of your stream? I'm gonna try to call it at some point for experience, I'm not sure on what. That's also a problem too, like, what do you collab on? Oh my god, wait, he's mental breaking again. Wait, what? I thought I just stopped it. Wait, hold on, I'm just gonna do this real fast. Stop mental state. Go take your funny drug. Go, come on. Take your funny drug. I think if you can't stream, learn to make YouTube videos. Because at least that one doesn't require as much, like, computational power. I think streaming does require a significant amount of computational power. You don't have a camera or VTuber model. Can I introduce you into the world of PNG streaming? There is an option for people who don't have the computational power to have a live 2D VTuber model to just get what's called a PNG model. Just literally, you just take a picture of what you want to look like your character design, whatever. It doesn't have to even be a full model. Just get a picture, PNG stream, and then there you go. That's basically all you got to do, and it works. It works. There's a mad muffalo somewhere that we now have to kill. It's angry. Here, Ronnie. There's a muffalo I need you to quickly execute. If the turrets don't do it first. Oh my gosh, these turrets are very inaccurate. All right, there we go. Problem solved. I think I'm actually going to extend this out here because I don't want the turrets shooting out too far. Actually, let's just do embrasures. I think sandbags. Sandbags. There we go. That's nicer. There we go. Yeah, PNG streaming is probably the best thing I would recommend for people who are new. Also, the main thing too is that it also does not have the financial investment that requesting a proper live 2D model would have, because holy cow, live 2D models are expensive. I'm fairly sure combined I have spent like enough to go to Japan twice on VTuber model stuff, which it is expensive. No, we don't have a biosculpting pod. I don't know if I'm gonna get a biosculpting pod at this point, because at this point I just want to kind of fly us out of here, and it's not worth getting the time. How long would it take to have someone recover from the biosculpting? Hi, Garm. I don't know why the throwing thing didn't work. Here. Maybe the connection's broken. Ah, there it is. I have to reconnect it. Okay, now I can close the window, so it should work now. All right, there you go. Just make my own forehead? I mean, I could. You could make... I could, but I don't have the skills. I know you have the skills to do so. I know you've already made 2 live 2D models. One for you and one for a certain thrombo-obsessed person. 3 technically? Wait, what have you made? Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot you do have the Cupid model, yeah. I would love to have, like, alternate outfits at some point. But I don't At least on this model, I would like to have multiple outfits, but that's also like, that's a pipe dream more than, not on this one, the regular model that I occasionally use. I've actually been using this one way more than I've been using the normal model, which is kind of crazy to me, because the regular model was like the first and the OG, but it's just like I've been using this one way more. Strange to think about, really. Thought of using that as a better PC. What's a mate engine? Mate engine. Free desktop made with custom VRM. Oh, okay, one of these things. Okay, yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen these before. Because desktop mate I know is expensive, but this one is kind of neat too, because you can have VRM models. I should try to get like a 3D model. I need a 3D model at some point. Maybe I've accidentally gotten a friend really invested into actually designing a character for him. Ah, what kind of character you can design? Like a OC? VTuber OC character type of deal? Is that what you're aiming for, Garm, with this friend of yours? I think Marksman is stuck here. I don't think Marksman knows what they're doing. Their pawn is frozen. Locked in time. Have you stand over here, please. Okay, now you can go back to doing work. I don't know what's happening. I think Marksman's trying to rearrange all the stuff here, and it's ridiculous. Why don't we have you... Can we manufacture... No, we have the steel for it. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing 22 days of bioregeneration just so you can lose your brain scars. That's way too long. I refuse to do that. Nope. We're just going to try to get as much steel as possible and using that steel to rip apart our enemies. The problem is 14 days is a very long time to defend this, and I don't have the steel necessary. I can't even build my 20mm anti-air guns, which I've been wanting to do for quite some time because we just don't have the materials. I thought we had enough steel, but I have somehow burned through all of that steel over many, many eons of just sitting around. So... we're kind of at an impasse with that type of thing. Yes, DreamEgg, hello, good evening. Also, I think someone's pawn is broken again. Yeah, I'm missing the barrels, which is... I have an electric lathe, which I can make reinforced barrels with steel. The problem is that it requires crafting 15. I don't even know if I have anyone with crafting 15. No, we legitimately do not have anyone who's competent enough to make the barrels. So maybe I don't even bother building the 20mm cannons because we just legitimately don't have anyone smart enough. Yeah, I think we just work with what we have. Yeah, let's drop these components off. We have one reinforced barrel, which is not enough. I have an idea. Let's get... Where's SVO? SVO, it's time to call in, I'm gonna call in some friends. Call a trade caravan. Oh, no, trust me. Yeah, I know it's... Yeah, we made it to the ship. It takes 15 days for it to trigger. We have to try to survive, which is gonna be tough. We're not gonna... We might trigger it today, but we're not gonna finish it today. And if we finish it today, the colony, well, then awesome. If not, and we finish next week, then if we finish early, then we'll switch to trying out 1.6 and seeing what the content of 1.6 is like. I think that'll be kind of neat. Wouldn't you agree? I'm excited to try 1.6. I'm really curious to see what that thing's gonna be like. Listen, it must be sick. It must be amazing. Anyways, yeah, we don't have steel. We're trying to find steel. And yes, we'll try to do mostly vanilla. Kind of. Depends what's updated. If Combat Extended is updated, maybe we'll just play Combat Extended. We'll see. So all those brain entries in this conscious direction combined defense fights probably isn't a good combo. Trust me, I'm trying to build turrets. My solution is apply metric tons of turrets. Once that is an option. If I play the new DLC, you're so coming back. No, I basically have already announced that I'm gonna do the new DLC with vanilla. We're going to do the new DLC mostly vanilla. I think the main mod I would want to just include is Rim HUD because I just really like Rim HUD. And I can probably get by without most anything else. And I'm pretty sure Twitch Toolkit's not going to even be updated on time, so we can... I legitimately can't even play with Twitch Toolkit. So, don't worry, you're safe. You're safe from all the weird nonsense that I would probably subject everyone to. Now, let's just not make these anti-air guns, it's not worth it. The amount of parts that's required to make these things... We're better off just making these heavy auto turrets. God, these things require 275, so what? If I put one here... How do I even set this up? how do I want to set this up? So maybe we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably put 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to replace with doors. I want a lot of doors here, so we're gonna need. Let's see, probably armor door would be fine, but it's slow. I think a plain steel door would be okay. We don't need to spend excessive amounts for these. And I'm gonna surround it with embrasures, essentially. I think that'll be fine. Probably put one here as well. Okay. We're not gonna do a kill box. I don't do kill boxes, remember? Can you get a new hand? What do you have? You're missing a pinky. And you want a brand new hand? I think you'll be fine without your pinky. You're okay. Wait, actually, how much wait, this actually affects your... Wait, does it affect your manipulation that much? Oh no, your consciousness being down, right. Let's see, well, hold on. Could I research a way to fix the brain injury? Let me think. Isn't there usually like a brain surgery? Like some kind of brain fixer-upper? Brain wiring, is this it? Mine's... Okay, it's not that one. Could have sworn I thought I had something like that, but maybe I'm forgetting. Hello there, Mr. Erkin, how are you? Healer Mech Serum is the answer. Oh, well, I don't have Healer Mech Serum, so I guess Marksman's just gonna... Listen, you don't need to be super perfect for the run, you know? Everyone can suffer. No one has to be perfect. None of us are perfect, right? Embrace your flaws, even if your flaws are mostly my own mistakes. 2B is free? How free are you now? Are you able to relax? Also, let's kill some animals. Kill some buffalo for food. I also need to make sure we have a well supply of munitions. Yeah, that's where we burned all of our metal. Yeah, because I know Marksman's basically sitting around, or someone has to sit around and start smelting all this. Ooh, who's crafting? Mad Max can craft. Marksman can craft. It's mostly Marksman who's sitting around and making metal from slag. Yeah. Takes a while. Oh man, yeah, it's super slow. No, just sit here and just refine all day. Ah, the buffalo are angry. Alright, who shot the buffalo? Ronnie should be fine. Okay, maybe you're not fine. Maybe we need to have you run. Okay. I'm surprised that these things are actually not killing that fast, but I guess it's just over penetration. Last exam, you passed and got average on 8.8. Hey, that's pretty good. 88% is a fantastic score. You should be proud of that. What battle mech would I pilot? I don't know. Let me look at the battle mechs. I've always wanted to play a mecha-based RPG. Lancer's always been a thing that I wanted to play, but my friends don't want to play Lancer, so we just continue to play Pathfinder and D&D until the end of time. I legitimately don't know what the different battle mechs are in Battle Mech. One doesn't... Oh, no, absolutely not. Everyone's going to die in this stream. There's a stream where everyone dies. Let's see. When am I going to plan to move to 1.6? Probably after this run, we're going to try 1.6 as is. And then, because I want to experience the new stuff. Obviously, a lot of mods will not work, and we are not going to play with Twitch Toolkit. Honestly, there's a very high chance that Twitch Toolkit will not be available for stream for like at least 2 or 3 months after we switch to 1.6. So, because I really want that performance update. Like, give me that performance upgrade. Give it to me. Just inject it straight in my veins. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What? What do I not know? The Twitch Toolkit's already been updated? Alright, let's go talk to these traders, who apparently one of them is Greywind's son. I will never understand the random pawn relationship stuff that keeps happening in this game, I swear. It makes no sense. Yes, 1.6 is the multi-threaded pathfinding. A multi-threaded pathfinding, which is the biggest change that they've made. Alright, they have a qubit processor. I actually need metal. I don't think they're gonna sell me metal. Sell me books. Gold is tempting. Maybe I just buy the gold. And then I sell them... I don't actually want to sell them anything. I actually like all my stuff. When did I get rams? I guess I sold them the rams. I don't need rams. Wait, when did I get rams? Okay, yeah, I don't need rams, so I'm just gonna sell them. Press again. Okay, so sell these animals, acquire their stack of what was it? Side trainer? No, I need the gold. There is a nuclear stomach that I... What is this thing? A micronuclear reactor combined with complex chemical synthesis replaces the body's need for food energy. Food is only required to replace matter lost from the body, reducing the user's intake significantly. This artificial stomach cannot get food poisoning. However, there's little room to shield the reactor, so the radiation increases the risk of cancer. Alright, I don't think I want a nuclear stomach. Thank you very much. That's fine. We're not Iron Man, but we could become potentially Iron Man. We're not going to, though. I don't want the cancer stomach, no thank you. Seems a little excessive. Also, I should probably drop a few more things off of here so we can try selling them. The problem is that these are not in... These are in the car inventory, and traders don't check the car inventory for items to sell or trade with. Yeah, that's correct. Let's drop this, and I think that should be fine. I do have 3 healer mech serums, actually. Hold on. I do have 3 healer mech serums. Okay, so I have to replace your pinky first, or your hand. Drunken Wayfarer needs a new hand. I don't know what crown is. I have to fix Arani's. Okay, so hold on. First of all, I have an idea. First of all, let's remove the brain stem off of you. We can remove the brain stem off of Mad Max. It sets her back to full, and then we can maybe go to Marksman, Arani, and SPO and try to make them full, proper individuals again. I think that'll be fine. Let's do that. Let's do this one at a time. Also, let's talk to these traders. Where's SPO? You can go chat with Mendez here. No, the new traders are over here. Here we go. Char. Let's do this real fast. Hello, Magmar. Good evening. How are you? Alright, let's get Mad Max Chan. Let's remove that brain stimulator, which is capping her mental state. Let's have you rest. And then who's the best doctor that we have? Arani, who's having a mental breakdown. Alright, so Greywind. Congratulations. Good luck. You're here to be a menace? Why? Everyone wants to be a menace today, huh? It's okay, I understand. Being a menace is hip and cool now with the youngins, so I get it. Refuse not to have guest beds. There we go. Come on. Come on, Bashy's asleep, so Bashy's alive. Alright, what do we have here? I don't really want any archive capsules, Jesus Christ. Millimeter shells, fundamental ingenuity, AI chips. Bionic legs. They don't really have anything I care about. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's not really worth selling to them. They don't have anything that's valuable to me, so I shall ignore them for their trade. And also parasites on Marksman, M Master, and Steve. Thankfully, none of them are called Greywind. Greywind has removed Mad Max's mental pain. Also, I just realized I don't have any water on this map. That is a problem. We should probably fix that. Another merchant from the Green River Pact. Okay. Okay, so let me think. So in order to fix Arani's brain damage, I would need to fix the nose first. So the question is, okay, first of all, we have way more meat than I thought we were gonna have. I don't know if I can handle all this meat. Alright, so I need to create a bionic nose. Which, fun fact, I cannot create a bionic nose, but I should be able to create some other nose variant. Alright, we'll do an artificial nose, and then for marksman, you need a pinky, right? Can I just give you a bionic finger? I can. Do I replace the whole arm, or do I just give you a new finger? I feel like replacing a single finger is kind of useless. But the whole arm, might as well just do the whole arm. Alright, who else is missing body parts? I don't know what a crown is, but we'll probably fix that. Okay, Drunken Wayfarer needs a new hand. Oh god. Raywin's okay. Zeopulser's missing a hand. Oh, Zeopulser needs a new hand. Okay, so let's probably make 2 of those. And we should have enough parts for this. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Let's have... Okay. Actually, wait a second. No one might have the crafting skills. Oh, Mad Max does. Mad Max is knocked out, though. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's mild issues. Anyways, hopefully you're having a good night, Magmar. Did Whiskey end up streaming today? I thought Whiskey didn't stream anymore because she was, like, not feeling well. I think I saw something like that on... when she was announcing, like, she's not streaming. She did not. Unfortunate. She's been getting sick a lot recently. Hope she's able to avoid the sicknesses. She had a migraine. Fair enough. Which you also had. Is everyone just getting sick now? Did you all have speaking of fun times, did you all have a fun Father's Day if you celebrated that? If you didn't celebrate it, then you don't have to answer. Don't feel the need to answer that question. I had the joy of getting stuck in traffic for about 6 hours, or about 2 hours. Fun fact, did you know that when an accident blocks off 3 lanes out of 4, traffic moves at a standstill, and it sucks. It's awful. Alright, here we go. Let's put embrasures here. Alright, here's our first turret pod. I don't know if this is even a good design. In fact, this is probably an awful design, but hey, you know what? It'll be fine. It's gonna eat up so much resources, though. Okay, perfect. So let's just keep doing that, and then we'll put one here. Because these are heavy turrets, these do require a significant amount of steel each, but I think it'll be perfect for our needs. Make one other destination. It's not just that easy. Listen. No, I don't... Listen. There's multiple ways out, but the one freeway was just incredibly backed up. That was the problem. You streamed a little bit? What did you stream? Did you stream Helldivers? I'm kind of curious to know what you streamed. Drop some wood off. There we go. We should be able to build the rest of this now, right? Come on. Why is the game... Okay, my TPS is cratering. Oh my gosh. Who's Choco? Donkey? Okay. Okay, maybe we should stop calling in trader caravans, because I think specific pawns are causing the game to explode. Okay, so the one called Choco and the one called Donkey are causing problems. Okay, I'm gonna save real fast, just make sure this doesn't break anything. I'm gonna delete them from existence, because I'm not gonna deal with delete. Destroy. Okay, so if I destroy... Okay, can I not destroy the poor guy? Destroy that one. And where's Choco? I'm sorry, Choco, but I have to purge you from existence. Oh my gosh, you're moving so fast. Okay. There we go. Now my game is functioning again. I don't know what was going on with that. That was really odd. GPS data? No. Well, the GPS said it was going to be slow anyways. Oh, nice. You were playing Helldivers. Very cool. I hear the Illuminate might be coming back for round 2. Social fight trigger event? I don't know what's going on. It was just very odd. Listen, I'm just trying to build things, but I think this many pawns is just causing issues. That's why I don't like summoning trade caravans too often. It makes the game break in half. And that's kind of the issue. I don't even know which one I didn't trade with. I think it was this one named Dog. I'll trade with the War Merchant, see if they've got anything, but it's unlikely they're going to have anything I want. So in the meanwhile, let's just do that. Mad Max is functioning again. So I'm gonna have her focus on making the bionics. Someone else, like a Ronnie, can focus on construction in the meanwhile. Wait, is it the, is it the war bond with the... What was it called? The, like, the flag bearers one? Or is it a different war bond? Because I got that one. I basically spent money so I could get that war bond because I really wanted to. Yeah, Masters of Ceremony, that's the one. Oh no, it's the new one is Force of... What is this thing? Force of Law. Oh wow, this is really just drip. Oh, this really is just a Judge Dredd. Guard Dog, a Canine, the De-Escalator, Grenade Launcher. A lot of black and blue toned gear. Yeah, it's basically like a police set. Interesting. Huh. Listen, last war bond I bought was Master of Ceremony because I saw that sword and I was like, listen, the only thing I want to do is swing that sword at the enemy, and I did, and it was fantastic. It felt amazing to swing that sword, even though it was completely useless in the grand scheme of things. Sell this, sell that, sell that, sell that. I think I don't know if I keep the... I think I keep the Duster. Wow, I can't sell anything to these people. They don't have anything I want. Oh, right. I forgot M Master was here. We should probably try to, I don't know, convert him? I could click him. That's really funny. So I actually can't click him. I can't click him because he's got that stupid, ghillie suit on him. That's really funny. Okay, hold on. Let's remove that ghillie suit. That's so weird. No, get over here. Strip the poor man. There we go. Now I can click him. I think. No, I still can't click him. There we go. Okay. Let's recruit you. An urban mech? Let me look up what an urban mech is. Battletech, urban mech. The urban mech was made for urban combat. Let's see what we got here. I mean, I like the cannon. I don't know. The Irby, the most beloved trash can. Why are there so many variants of this? Is this literally just a trash can? Oh my god, I think it actually might just be a trash can. Wait, some of these designs are really funny. I'm not sure if I'm vibing with this, but I do appreciate the thought. It's definitely interesting. Its core is 16, speed is 14. Does that make it a slow but steady beater or something? I don't play Battletech. That's very interesting. Listen. You know what I should do? I should draw a mecha. I should draw a mech. I should just stat a mech out in Lancer and be like, oh, this is the mech that I would pilot. Which basically revolves around either having one comically large gun or multiple smaller firearms and just going ham on saturation fire. Okay, that's basically how I would approach it. It's like, give me a giant sniper rifle, like, that would pierce anything, or give me a bunch of saturation weapons and just let me bombard the enemy into oblivion. Listen, if the enemy doesn't exist anymore, then the enemy's dead and you won. Okay? Irby's 360 torso degree rotation. Okay, in that case, I'm probably not terribly fond of that then. I like my mech. Okay, so, for example, like, my favorite mech from Titanfall was Ronin. That's because I had a shotgun and a sword, and I was able to run around and just, like, phase in, bash people's heads in with a shotgun or the sword, and it was great. So that gives you any idea what I was playing. It was that, and I can't remember the other one I played. The one that had, like, the sonar bullets was the other one I played in Titanfall. Is Titanfall still active? If I went and booted up Titanfall, could I find a multiplayer match? That's the real question. I kind of want to play Titanfall again now. Titanfall was sick. That was, like, one of my favorite games. That game was such a banger. Oh no, a Ronin player? What do you mean, oh no, a Ronin player? Okay, I might need to go touch some Titanfall 2 grass at some point in the future. We just don't have enough steel. I don't know what it is, but we just don't have enough steel for all the stuff that I'm trying to build here. Also, let's finish building the bionics here, please. I need 2 bionic arms, and that's gonna take some time. Once plays. Oh, okay, very nice. I do miss Titanfall. Every time there's a rumor that Titanfall 3 is coming out, I'm like, finally. And then I get disappointed that they're not making Titanfall 3 anymore. It's so tragic. Maybe one day we'll get it. Maybe one day we'll get Titanfall 3, but at this point, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. At this point, it's just like, listen, if it happens, it happens. Alright, Drunken Wayfarer is having a panic attack. Also, there's a lot of fire happening on the map again. Alright, I wonder if I could call it in and defend. If I make a small truck, what if I get rid of all the cargo containers here and just use this as a mobile weapons platform? I could probably slap on a heavy turret and then at least that can be rearranged wherever I need it to go. But if there's too many enemies, that'd be the real problem. The problem is that if there's too many threats, I can't kill. Also, I need to get Kinmore a brand new weapon because holy cow, that's not a weapon. It sucks that I only have one person that can craft. I'm gonna change Mad Max's priority from construction to crafting, because unfortunately she is the best one to craft, and I will order instead. Let's order Comrade Kinmore to embrace crafting as a skill, even though you're not very good at it. Suri. I feel like I've seen that name before. I don't remember where, but I definitely have seen that name somewhere. Is it on Twitch? Might have been Twitter. I don't know. I'll take a look. Okay, also, I need to use the restroom. I have been talking nonstop, and I've been chugging my water, and it's about time that I go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Give me one moment. I will let the game run in, like, speed 1, and hopefully nothing bad happens. You can look at the ship while I, use the restroom. I'm back. Hold on, let me. I thought I left it on the ship, but apparently I must have scrolled away when I wasn't paying attention, and so you had to look at the vast emptiness of these fields of nothing. Instead, now you can see it. So hopefully, we'll have enough food and other things to prepare for the great defense. But I think I might need to switch to other materials if I don't have enough steel. I thought I had enough steel, but surprisingly, I've run out. And it doesn't help that people are now on muscle parasites, which sucks, because a number of you voted that muscle parasites should be what we suffer from today. So Steve, for example, can't really do much. I don't know what Marksman's gonna end up doing, because Marksman's suffering also from muscle parasites, so I can't give him the healer mech serum anymore. It'll take too long for that to be tended. And everyone else is just gonna have to suffer. Why does this happen all the time? Why does this happen? Every single time. Gosh, we just don't have enough crafters. Do we really not have any crafters? So Marksman's the only other one, so I'm gonna make Marksman's priority to craft. You don't need to research anymore. Researching, we are tech locked. Whatever tech we have is what I'm gonna finish this run with. And Deepul's just gonna dig rocks. Mad Max can dig. No one else can dig rocks. Okay, so Drunken Wayfarer did just join us, so I'm gonna make Drunken Wayfarer also dig rocks. And be your priority. And Steve will just do whatever he's capable of doing, I think is probably the correct approach. Because again, we are a little lax on just raw materials right now. And this whole run has just been a nightmare of bugs and things. So hopefully in the future we... wait, what? Wait, did the YouTube stream die? Wait, what happened? What in the world's... Wait, the YouTube stream's still active, right? Okay. Ominous. My chat window was giving me some error about like, you've lost connection to YouTube chat. You're not actually... Are you connected? Okay, and I mean YouTube is... Okay, perfect. Cool. Double checking. Sorry. I was getting some error message that said like it's not connected, and I was like, that's weird, because everything on my end. Why is Steve moving so slow? Okay, holy cow, 20% movement speed. You don't even. Oh, he's overburdened too because of the muscle parasites. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Okay, 12.5. Okay, that makes sense, but he's probably moving at like, what is this? 0.37 cells per second. Over encumbered. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's a little ridiculous. Okay, so the only way to make him go faster is drop the bullets, drop the meds. I might need him to have drop his gun too. The gun is really what's the heavy thing. Oh my gosh, I don't know why he's just like, it's just awful to watch. He is watching an old crippled man moving around at like the speed of nothing. Why is my wait. Okay, I don't know what's going on. My T-Piss is like 20. SBO's broken. All right, we solved it. We figured out what was going on. SVO's pawn was broken completely again. Yeah, I know most parasites never go away with time, which also makes it really obnoxious, because one of those things you have to just wait until you tend to it enough times, which takes forever. So unfortunately, we are stuck in the rut of just waiting and hoping that everything will fix itself in due time. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. What's wrong, SVO? You don't like the fact that it's you're being called out in the game? The game's calling you out here? The suffering, the pain, the agony. Okay. We built one bionic arm. We're gonna build a second. So this bionic arm will go to... Let's see. So this bionic arm will go to... I would say Drunken Wafer probably needs it first. Marksman would also not be a bad idea if Marksman's having a mental breakdown and can't really do anything anyway, so maybe Marksman's not the correct person to give this thing to, especially because you got the muscle parasites. Especially because we're still trying to build the rest of this out, which is driving me nuts, actually. Yeah. Alright, so here's my thinking. The turrets work. They don't have ammunition yet, but they will eventually. I will have to grab some of this munitions. drop them down over there, and then we can reload this. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can reload. Yeah, because it's trying to find ammunition that's not on the map. Because it's on this map. So it's using 14.5 by 140 by 114 FMJ, which it can't find because it's on the other map, so that's going to be annoying too. I'll have to set up a crate specifically for that munition type here, so you can drag it off of here. So that requires a lot of steel. Alright, we burned through all of our steel again. There's only so many slag chunks that I can rip apart, by the way. Like, at some point, I'm going to run out of slag chunks, and we just will not have any more steel. So the only other choice beyond that is to keep digging at the local rock formations, which we are having people do. I'm actually surprised we haven't dealt with meteors as of late. Thankfully, meteors are seen to be few and far now. The meteors have stopped falling. Okay, silver would be good to grab all that, and that's fine. So, I think this will be defensible. It doesn't seem too bad to defend. So my logic is that this turret can cover a large radius here. This one here. We'll put probably like one more here. And then we'll put embrasures. We'll stagger some embrasures here. So it's not every single tile will be an embrasure, but like every other tile or every 2 tiles will be an embrasure tile, so pawns can shoot out of it. And then we'll just give everyone basically whatever the best option I have is. This turret, this entire fortress, this entire vehicle, this landship is a moving fortress. I don't think anything realistically could kick it down. So as long as that survives, I think I'll be happy. That's really the main goal of that adventure. Also, let me crack my back again, because my back is dying. We need a meal source, need recreation variety. Okay, we don't need any of that. And then, yeah, as long as Mad Max Chan stays alive. Again, the whole goal is to get Mad Max up there. You know, why don't I just put Bashy into one of these? Wouldn't my life be easier if I didn't have to worry about Bashy being, like, running around? Wait, can I put animals in this, or can I not? Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't put. I thought you could put animals in these. Am I wrong? I could be wrong about that. Maybe you can't put animals in this thing. Oh, it'd be nice if I could just shove Bashy in there and call it a day. You can't put animals in the cryopod. All right, I guess Bashy stays behind. Okay, what's missing here? Okay, that's fine. A solar flare has occurred, which is pretty bad. A meteor full of marbles landed, that's fine. I don't know why, like, the texture is also, like, really janky right now. It's very odd. You see what I mean? Like, I don't know why this is so bright. What is happening? Like, why is all that bright? Also, the numbers don't do anything. Oh my god, yeah, it's just, oh, wow. So, apparently, the global warming... Oh my gosh, yeah, that's kind of nutty. It actually turned our tundra into a arid shrubland. That's actually interesting. What do the numbers do? I don't think they're doing anything. They don't actually change the number of meteors that spawn in. I know that for a fact. Oh, he sent this message saying 30. Oh, gotcha. Fair enough. I don't even know what the global warming event was from. It's from one of the mods that I have running. I don't know what's happening like with the, like, all the weird tonal changes though. It's very odd. Oh no, there's no tornadoes. I perma-banned tornadoes from happening because tornadoes were not fun to deal with. I found tornadoes to suck. I hated dealing with them. They were the least fun event that people could buy, and so I've decided to permanently terminate tornadoes from existence. Anyways, our pawns can't do anything until we get more materials. Ah, Prisoner Dream Mag, which I don't have a spot to store you in, but I guess I'll try to dump you somewhere. You can sleep here. There we go, another prisoner spot. You can't buy pawns. It's a queue-based colony. You join in the queue and hopefully you survive. Although I don't know where your pawn went because I think you recruited yourself as a prisoner and then you disappeared. However, the Wanderer joining could be an option too. That is a pawn that I can then reassign to a player or a viewer. Is this not connected to the power grid? Oh, there's no power. Oh, right. Oh, you're still in the pod? Wait. Where'd the pod go? I think you might have actually disappeared. Yeah, I think you actually just disappeared because you landed in the far corner of the map and I couldn't get to you in time, so you just straight up bugged off to the edge of the map and ran away. So, yeah, you're not a prisoner. You found your freedom. Congratulations, you're free. Why do you keep spawning on the edge of... I guarantee you're gonna just, like, walk off. Ready? See? Look at this cat girl. Horse girl, actually. Oh my god. Uma Musume right here. Uma Musume Pretty Derby. You're about to walk off the map. I can't capture you fast enough. Like, legitimately, there's no pawn that's there, see? Bye. What? What's wrong, Ray? I'm just saying Uma Musume Pretty Derby. That's a game that's coming out, yeah. Don't you like your horse girls? And all the wacky things that they get into? I had a friend that tried to really get me into Uma Musume. Why is your thing constantly spawning in the corner? I don't... You're just spawning in the corner. I don't know if this is what you're intending to do. I don't know why. Oh, here, this one actually spawned fairly close by. Alright, we'll have Arani grab you. Oh my god, what is that hair? What is it? What is it? Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. What are you? Oh, red squirrel ear. Is that what red squirrels look like? Oh, is that what they... A red... Squirrel... What do red squirrels' ears look like? Oh, I guess that is what they... Huh. Okay. Apparently I don't look at squirrels enough. Anyways, I guess Arani will just beat you over the head until you, surrender. Come on, any day now. You're surprisingly good at dodging attacks, which is very funny. Okay, we're gonna smack you with the butt of the rifle. Versus the gray squirrels that have more... Okay, yeah, I see a lot of the gray squirrels rather than the red squirrels, which is why I was like really confused. I'm like, that's a really big ear. I thought it was like hair, like, I don't know, like braided twin tails that were pointed up towards the sky, like some Cartoon Network character. All right, tend to the poor guy so he doesn't explode, and I guess we're just not gonna tend to him anymore. Arani's like, nah, not my problem. Okay, get up here. You gotta tend. There we go. Tend to the poor fella. And then we'll shove them into where they belong. Cosmos no longer uses Har. Was that an issue with Har? Well, is there like a lot of underlying issues with Har that I should be aware of? I mean, I don't really use Har races too much, but I prefer to use a Har race rather than like the DIY races with the gene packs and stuff that I don't find that fun too often. All right, this is the one that joined us, the Wander named Love. Who are we assigning this to? What was that sound? Okay, hold on. Why do I have a black border around my game? I swear I had this issue before. What did I do? That was not my knee. I guarantee that's not my knee. What did I do? I did something. I don't know what I did. I broke something. Oh, okay. I think it was the following command. I don't know. Anyways, who is this being assigned to? It's not a chrysalid. They have a funny helmet on, which I'm gonna have them drop. Because he's not the only one that has it. I need them to get rid of the stupid helmet. I hate it. Alright, so who is this one being assigned to? This one named Love will be assigned to... Who's in the name queue? Alright. Does anyone who's currently active want to be this character? If you want this one, tell me. And I'll assign it to you instead of randomizing it. And that'll be more fun for the people who are actively watching. If not, that's also fine. I'll give it a couple minutes in case someone wants to announce that I would like to claim this person. Had a lot of overhead because Har was not designed to 50 variants of a single body add-on. Oh, that's the issue. But now since it's not reliant, you can just have as many as you want and it'd be fine. What other animal would you have? Haven't you already covered most of the core animals already? It's too heavy to pick up Luciferium. Pick up all the Luciferium. I want Steve to carry all the Luciferium. There we go. Pick all that up. Pick all that up, bad boy. I think you joined at some point and then you died. But if you want to join Magmar, I'll just make you this one. You can have this character. Let's see. Toolkit, core, viewers. Oh, wrong button. Name queue. You leave it open? Okay, yeah, you did die. A lot of people died earlier. We've had a significant amount of death this run. There's no dragons here. You can't buy dragons in this run. We don't play with Dragon's Descent too much. I like Dragon's Descent, but the dragons are a little overpowered, and that's the reason why I don't play Dragon's Descent as much anymore. I think Dragon's Descent requires like a certain type of colony for it to be acceptable, and most of the time, we're not playing a colony where Dragon's Descent is acceptable. Even though it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I like dragons, but they are definitely game warping, and they break the game in half. We've seen it happen multiple times. Okay, so I need FMJ rounds over here. Alright, SBO, I'm gonna have you pick up... Oh, gosh. Okay, so here's what I think. I need to build another one of these. And I'm gonna use these to store munitions. Is there a... What we can... Let me think. So, even if I do a shelf... even if I do a small shelf... This one would still eat up a lot of resources, right? I could go 1, 2, and then... Oh, let's do 1. Here all 114 ammunition, FMJ... And then I can change the stack. Let's say I cap this at maybe well, let's see, on 40. So we do this order of 40. So we'll do 163 is close enough because I can't hit 160. That's fine. And then that should be good enough for what I'm trying to do. Perfect. Excellent. I think what we have here is probably going to be okay for the time being. It's just we need more steel to build the turrets, and that's really what we're hung up on. Okay, so let's get a Ronnie fixed up once that nose is ready. We'll do the nose, and we'll do the... what's it called? The brain, or the mech serum, and see what happens. You came to a Cookie Cream Hershey's ad? You just like this? What do you not like about Hershey's in general? I actually don't like chocolate that much. Like, real talk, chocolate is probably one of my least favorite things. We have to start that good hit our magazines are way too small. They are very small, I agree, but I think it's fine because I want to also rely on our own weapons to deal with threats too, not just relying on the turrets. The turrets are mostly just there to cover our own weaknesses. I don't know what's happening. Why is every time we build something the ground changes? I'm so concerned. That's so weird. What is happening? Greg the Gigar. The Egger. Your friend and I were having soft taco. I don't like soft tacos. Can I have a hard taco instead? Actually, no, soft tacos are pretty good. If it's made with the right items. Like a corn tortilla? Perfect. Flour tortilla? Let's back up from there. I like corn tortillas. Alright. Flour tortillas? Not very fond of those. I'll tell you that much. No, listen. I like soft tacos. Okay, let me rephrase. So, I like soft tacos when you're making a traditional Mexican taco. If you're making like a Taco Bell ground beef slop taco, I prefer it to be with the hard shell. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Big difference on how it is. Like, if I'm going to an authentic Mexican place, give me that soft corn tortilla that they put on the grill. Or that they fried over, or they cooked over a flame. But if I'm having Taco Bell ground beef slop, hard shell taco. That's what I prefer. What's the problem with the entire statement I made? Taco Bell slop? You know, I eat Taco Bell sometimes, but very rarely because it's not very good for you. And no. Taco Bell is the food you eat when you need calories and you don't want to eat anything else. Actually, Taco Bell used to be pretty good at that type of thing, but ever since Taco Bell's gotten incredibly expensive, and it's not really worth going to get Taco Bell anymore at the current price that it is. So I don't ever recommend getting Taco Bell, like, half the time. It's just the price that it is for what you get, not worth it. It used to be worth it. Nowadays, no. Like, if a taco at Taco Bell was $1, it'd be worth it. At the $2 price tag that they're asking for, absolutely not. Is Ray's job to punish Oakman now? Yeah, absolutely. It's Ray's job to punish me, apparently, whenever I do anything incorrect or I say bad things, which is apparently quite often, because everyone wants to bully me. I'm being bullied all the time, I'm telling you. It's so tragic. I've done nothing to deserve this abuse, and every day I am abused. I guarantee you Ray is silent because she's either playing Pokemon Unite or she's asleep. Take your pick. Because I know Ray's been very tired as of late, so that's probably what's happening. And then if Ray's not here to, like, bully me, apparently it's Alana's job to bully me, and if Alana's not bullying me, then someone else is bound to bully me, because apparently I'm just a very bullyable person. The only American chain outside McDonald's you tried is Burger King, and both are entirely lame. Oh yeah, no, Burger King sucks. Burger King sucks. McDonald's is okay, but it's also not very filling. I like Culver's. Culver's is pretty good. Steak and Shake is also really good too. Those are some of my favorite ones. Culver's is also just fantastic. Like, they will sell you a butter burger, and they will just slather that bun, and they will cook that patty and burger, and it's delicious. I don't like Burger King's burgers. Weird enough to say. I actually like I do like that they sell onion rings, and I do like their chicken fries. Those are the only things I get at Burger King. Okay, chicken fries, onion rings, and french fries are like the only things I'll get at a Burger King. McDonald's, this is gonna sound heretical. My favorite thing from McDonald's is the Filet-O-Fish. I love the Filet-O-Fish. It is like one of my favorite sandwiches that I've ever eaten. It's really overpriced now, but back in the day you could get them all the time. I would get them all the time for, like, you know, 2 for $5, and I would just be like, yes, give me that Filet-O-Fish. And then you can ask for a double Filet-O-Fish, and it's perfect for times when you might not be able to eat meat for whatever reason, and it's just like, yes, please give me that delicious pollock fish patty with the smidgen of tartar sauce. You don't have burgers so often. I mean, that's fair too. Not everyone's gonna be eating burgers. Burger King aside from onion rings. Still your Burger King onion rings and you still your spleen. You know what? Okay, hold on. Let me tell you something. Do you want to know which fast food chain has the best onion rings? Let me tell you. The chain with the best onion rings is Popeyes. They don't sell it in the States anymore, which is incredibly frustrating, but up in Canada, Popeyes still sells onion rings, and they are the best onion rings I ever eat because they are spiced. They have a mild kick to them. If you're really weak to spiciness, you can definitely feel it. I don't feel it anymore, but it's delicious, and if you get it with the gravy just coats that onion ring, and you get all that delicious Cajun flavors running all over your tongue. The little meat bits in the gravy too. It's so good. Every time when I leave Canada, I'm always tempted to buy a box of onion rings from Popeyes on my way out because it's just so good. I love the Popeyes onion rings. What do you mean I lost you at gravy? Do you not put gravy on things? Oh man, if you give me an opportunity to put gravy on things, I will put gravy on almost anything. Okay, I love putting gravy on a lot of things. I'm one of those people, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I know what it's made out of. Gravy's not healthy for you. Like, I'm well aware that gravy is often made with, like, the bottom of the you know, of the deep fryer pot, depending on where you're getting it from. But I love gravy. Like, I put like, okay, the way I think about it, it's like, it's just adding like a sauce to like your starches. That's what I enjoy. So gravy is like the way I like to think about it is like poutine, right? which is gravy on top of fries with cheese curds, is like the Canadian version of Japanese curry rice, which is probably the Japanese version of like a Chinese ancient dish that's basically just like meat sauce, meat, and gravy and rice. And also, it's also a lot of sodium too. Like, that stuff is really unhealthy. It's a lot of sodium. So I'm also well aware that it's not healthy. I think I mentioned this, but when I was talking about the wedding, I think like 2 weeks ago, we actually had a poutine bar that was offered to us by our venue. And so they were like, okay, so they basically pulled out like a tray of like hot, fresh French fries, a fairly sizable vat of gravy, and a whole bunch of like poutine toppings. I don't know what it was, but that gravy was fantastic. I basically went and got poutine twice, and on the second time, I put extra poutine. I put extra gravy, and then I just like once I finished the fries, I just drank that gravy up. I was like, this is amazing. Like that meat sauce. Oh. Oh, but that was also like the first time I've had poutine in like literally a year. I haven't had poutine in actually quite a long time, so I was like, this is delicious. I'm not gonna get a heart attack. I'll be fine, probably. I think I have to go see my doctor in the near future for my annual physical, and I'm sure he's gonna tell me that I've been a good person and my health is peak performance. Maybe. Oh, DreamMag is leaving, I guess. You're not a prisoner, apparently. You're just the person. I think your pawn is stuck. Nope, okay. I don't know why we just still don't have enough steel to build everything we need. I'm actually just not able to manipulate all the steel fast enough. Wait, what do you mean Ranu's MSG strength? Does Ranu consume a lot of MSG? Yeah, I don't think you're gonna become a prisoner, DreamMag. I think you're just gonna be gone forever. You just are not gonna get that opportunity. You know, I wonder if I should just dismantle this. The more I think about it, I think dismantling the Cleveland might not be a bad idea. I think it would be okay to just get rid of MGS. Oh, Ranu has Metal Gear Solid powers, not MSG. I legitimately thought you were saying Ranu is powered by by MSG, which would be infinitely funnier. Okay, I'm just saying, Ranu being powered by MSG would make a lot of sense and would be infinitely funnier. So, just saying. Okay, just got it. Also, I just realized DreamMag doesn't have any clothes. I don't know why you're walking. Can we just recruit you? Can I just recruit this DreamMag prisoner? I guess if we do, we'd have enough space, right? Alright, just to make it easier on you, DreamMag, here, you can be recruited. We'll recruit you. I don't know if I can click on you. Oh, I can't. Your pawn can't get down. That's right, your pawn is stuck. Your pawn doesn't know how to leave. Alright, here's my plan. Let's teleport you here, and then let's use the recruit command. Okay, so now you've joined us. Let's take away your pawn, because I'm sure your pawn is going to be a hot mess of stats. You are a 26-year-old medieval slave who grew up to be a deep space miner, abrasive, a stoner, a psychopath, nimble, and absent-minded. Oh boy. That's a lot of words you got there. Will you survive? I don't know. Oh, so while we're here. Okay, let's do some things real quick. So I want Arani to get the... Okay, so we're gonna install Arani's nose, and I'm gonna go to Marksman, and we're going to install your brand new arm. We're replacing, because you lost your pinky, we're going to install a brand new arm. Let's do the surgery now. We don't have a doctor? What do you mean we don't have a doctor? We have lots of doctors. Arani is the doctor. Maybe I can't get Arani to do the surgery. That might be the problem too. If no one else... Okay. The winter. It's a volcanic winter. That's fine. All right, let's have Arani do the surgery real fast. Let's get Marksman a brand new arm. Listen, this is what he wanted. Have a good night, Steve. Rest well, comrade. Oh, you caused it? Oh, okay. So I'm hearing that you're like causing pain and suffering in our dear colony, huh? Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Alright, so Marksman has a new arm. The main issue you now have is the muscle parasites and the brain scars. Now, I can't do the mech healer serum until you get rid of your muscle parasites, so you're gonna have to suffer for a little bit longer. Okay, then a Ronnie. Let's get you a brand new nose. Let's have you rest here. I believe Greywind is a qualified doctor. Have Greywind do the surgery. I don't have a mod to make the eyes ungoogly, no, so maybe I should install a mod for that because I know everyone's got like anime eyes. Alright. See if Greywind can successfully install this. There is light in here before anyone asks. I did actually light up the room. Perfect. Okay, so now Arani can just... We can get rid of the brainstem. Alright. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. While you're here, let's remove the brain stimulator. We should be okay if we do that. Actually, all marksman's down. Yeah, you don't have a brain stem. That's fine. So once we remove the brain stem, we'll wait for the anesthetic to wear off, and then we'll put the healer mech serum into good old Arani, and then Arani will be back to full strength. And then we can worry about Espio, who is also having a bunch of fun issues. Maybe Espio just ends the run with brain damage. Maybe we can't get rid of the brain damage from Espio. That would be the real tragedy. If Espio ends this run brain damage still. Oh. Because we still need more steel. I mean, to be fair, I think Espio still operates pretty good even with the brain damage, so maybe I don't have to remove it. It's such a good emote. Oh, these Alana emotes on Lurky's channel are peak. They're so funny. Okay. Also, let me crack my back. My back is like dying on me. Oh. I feel like that kid that got picked last for dodgeball except for a sort of surgery. I know. It's so tragic. Don't worry. Eventually you'll be okay. When you make it to space, you'll be safe, right? And you'll find someone that can tend to your injuries. Alright. Okay, so Marksman's up and running now, right? Okay. Oh, the anesthetic's still a little rough. Simply walk off the brain damage? I don't think that's how that works, but, I mean, maybe it can. DreamMag has given up on the community. Why? You just joined us. Oh, because you don't have your drugs. Okay, I'm just gonna... Because I don't want to deal with this right now. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna just quickly change your ideology. And we need to get you some clothes. Here, put on this duster. And... that should be good enough. Just put on the duster and you should be fine. Oh, we just don't have enough steel. There's not enough steel for anything that we're trying to do here. Yeah, because I keep watching the construction, and you need to get the duster, and you should be fine there. Okay. Listen, we're gonna complete this. Okay. My goal is that if I can't start the finish tonight, we're gonna start it next Monday, if not on Wednesday, just to be done with the run. Okay. I think as long as we have turrets and they have bullets, we should be okay. Right now, we just don't have a lot of bullets, and that's kind of the big problem. In fact, we need to find our loading bench, and we just need to make a metric ton of bullets. In fact, here, I'm only going to allow a storage capacity of, let's say, 300 should be fine. The rest should then get allocated to everywhere else. Slap this out a few more times, make more bullets, make more bullets, make more bullets. Every bullet counts. Okay, so at the very least, you have a shirt. So that's fine. And then... you'll be able to survive with that. Hopefully we should make more bullets here. I'm just surprised that we don't have enough metal. Yeah, in fact, I don't even... yeah. It's just the lack of metal that's killing us. I think once these turrets are up and running, I think we should be okay. I think that's really the main thing. Get 2 turrets running, and we're good to go. We might try to start stripping these of parts. Can I turn these car parts into steel? Because I don't think I'm going to need them. Smelt or destroy thing. Okay, so it doesn't seem like I have the option to dismantle it into steel, unfortunately. So all we can do is turn slag. Which we will order Comrade... Let's see here. Comrade Marksman, who is asleep. No, it's time to wake up and get to work. We need this purged. And then once your muscle parasites are done... Okay, where's Arani? 10 more hours, then we can free Arani from this tragedy of the brain injury. At the very least, I can see that progress is being made here. I wonder how long people normally take to set up their defenses before they attack us. At least the global warming is fine. The global warming helps a lot. Oh, we're running out of meat. We gotta go hunt down more animals. Thankfully there's a stack of muffalo that we can kill. And that'll be fine. I know we have a lot of components here. And I should have more components sitting around. Let's see here. What else is sitting? Okay, there should be a lot sitting here. Drop one stack of wood. Let's see. We should be good on plasteel. Let's just drop the remaining plasteel. Let's drop the 20 components. There is a minigun that I have not allocated to someone. Do I want to use a minigun as a weapon to gun down my enemies? It seems a little excessive, I think, right? But it's an option. Let me look at it real fast. Maybe I give it to Mad Max. Or I give it to... What's your shooting score? Your shooting score sucks. I'll give it to Kinmore. Alright. I found Kinmore's weapon. Time to make yet another type of ammunition. Where's this stupid thing? God, I have so much slag chunks. Here we go. Oh, I can't grab it yet. Right, well, fine. We'll give Kinmore... We'll give it to Kinmore eventually. We gotta start getting more food is the other problem too. Alright, more pawns that are probably gonna break the game's pathing. If I check, is it gonna break in half? Let's find out. Trade with them, and also, before I forget, let's put a caravan. Yeah, let's just see. Oh my gosh. I'm still trying to get used back to streaming to 4 hours a day. It's so hard, I'm telling you. I think if they have the power armor, they should be okay. Like, someone who's in recon armor should be able to carry a minigun. It may not be the most efficient way of using the resources, but it'll be there for... It's fun. It's fun and it's cool. That's what we're trying to go with. Okay, let's see if they have anything. Where's Espio? I need Espio to wake up and trade with them. It's really funny, like, reading the bug reports for this mod, because I'm seeing a lot of people complaining about the same things that I've been running into. And people just kind of work around it regardless, because they don't want to wait for a proper fix to come in. Alright, what do we have here? I think I sold... Oh gosh, I don't really have it. I sold the Visage mask, sell the steel plate helmet, light leather sash. There's really nothing here that they have that I... Oh, there's a plasma sword and a mono sword. Oh, that's really nice, actually. Oh, is it worth... Okay, hold on. So if I really wanted that, I have to sell a lot. Okay, let's drop this off real quick. What could I sell them? I do have a steel mini turret, but I don't think there's anything I could really sell justifying to get it. Also, why a defoliator ship? Oh, that's fun. I mean, I guess it's not really gonna bother me. No, I want to hold on to the chem fuel. The chem fuel could be relevant at some point, so I will hold on to it as long as I can. Well, actually, will they even buy chem fuel? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe they will buy chem fuel. Where's the trader? Alright, let's trade with Erica here. See if she's willing to accept some chem fuel. They will not purchase any chem fuel. Unfortunate. Sell the advanced components, that seems really dumb. I can sell the brain stims, which is also an option. That's not worth it. All right. Let Marksman do his thing. How's Arani doing? All right. We're gonna do a thing now, which I've been waiting to do for quite some time. We're gonna give Arani that healer mech serum and see if it fixes Arani's problems, or at least the one I want it to fix. Question is, will it? Also, why is Arani moving slow? Oh, right. Brain damage. Okay. It's in here somewhere. I think it's towards the bottom. Okay. Okay, so I have to wait until one of these things is removed. Okay. Load cargo, chem fuel. Perfect. Okay, so we have all the chem fuel we need, and then let's quickly drop the healer mech serum. I'm gonna have Arani use one of it. Please. Please remove the correct injury that I want removed. Please be free from your mental anguish. Also, holy cow, this is really annoying that pawns can't go up and down this ladder because there's too much stuff here. Get the FSX AT launchers. That's true too, but I think we'll be okay without it for now. We can make FSX at this. Very inefficiently, but we can. Alright, come on. This should fix the problems. And then Marksman... Still suffering from also parasites. You gotta get that removed first. Alright. Alright. Alright, Arani's brain scar has been healed. Arani is now free from the agony of brain damage. Alright, next up is Marksman. Once you're tended to, we're gonna see if we can purge your agony. Stab scars are really rough. We can get rid of one of them. I don't think we can get rid of both because it'd require 2. Honestly, that damage isn't that bad. It's only like 87% efficiency. Maybe you don't need a healer mech serum. You might be okay without it. In that case, SVO would be the better target for it because SVO's got a really bad injury. Yeah, I think maybe we give SVO the one of the healer mech serums. Okay. Problem though is that he's got the gunshot too, so maybe it'll tag that instead. It's annoying how you can't control what the healer mech serum is gonna heal. Cheaping out. I'm cheaping out on SVO, keeping SVO alive or from being tended to. You know what? Fine. Let's go. Let's gamble on SVO then. The crown, I'm gonna purge that, so that one cannot at all be the chance of being tended to. So now it's just either the gunshot wound or the brain injury. Let's go. RNG. What will it be? Will you be free from your brain damage, or will you suffer the scars of agony forever? All right, what's it gonna be? Oh. It actually landed the correct one. You are free from your brain damage. Now we just got rid of your brain stim. Because that is now actually locking you in. Where's Greywind? Where's Arani? Okay. Let's get Greywind up here. You're mostly smart now. You're still a little brain-addled, which it's because the brain stimulator is kind of like a CPU limiter on your head right now, so we gotta fix that. Where are you? Get you up here, please. And then let's get a brainstem surgery, and we'll have Greywind do it. Hopefully Greywind doesn't accidentally, I don't know, lobotomize you while we're doing this. That would suck. Thankfully, there is light. There is protection. You should be safe in here. How many bullets do we have? We have some. We need more steel. God, a kilogram of steel is not going to be enough. All right, there you go. All right, you are now free from your agony. How do you feel? You are fully functional human being. All right, so the last one, we'll give it to Marksman. All right, so Marksman's been purged of. All right, you know what? You can have it. We can't heal both of them, but we can heal one. And Marksman's been asking for this, so I will give it to you. Where'd your pawn go? Alright. So, Marksman, congratulations. One of your brain scars has been healed. Your brain is now more efficient than ever. Oh god, Shamblers have approached. Okay, I guess Shamblers are fine. They're not gonna do anything. I'm still sad the guy who made Zombieland stopped working on Zombieland. It was such a good mod. I miss it. That thing was such a banger of a RimWorld mod. But I understand that he didn't want to continue working on it anymore. Maybe one day. Because I think the Shamblers are... It's a cool concept, but it's not a perfect substitute. I think that's also why I don't want to do like another... You know, Ikazuchi versus the Horde style colony again like we did that one time. I don't know if I'm ever going to do a zombie run. We did a Zombieland light run a while ago with the Shamblers, but the Shamblers just were really slow compared... Like, they made the game lag a lot comparative to... Zombieland, which was really unfortunate. Also, I think we might have angered a giant horde of Muffalo. At least Kinwar did. You can run and gun. Nice, alright. Maybe we can do that now. Alright, where's my minigun? This is gonna be so dumb. I can find it. Here we go. Alright, where are you, Kinwar? Here's your new weapon. Can you carry this? Yes. Okay, this is going to require 762x51 NATO, which we are not producing right now. But we will begin producing right now. 762x51 NATO. Just a giant stack of... What did that meteor land? Okay. But of course, it's just zombies. I think the main problem is that just too many pawns make the game lag. It could be possible once 1.6 comes out and the game runs a lot better with the sheer amount of pawns in play, but not in 1.5. 1.5 very much not feasible. I want to trigger this so bad. I want to just be done with this colony, but I think we have no choice but to do this for one more week, and then we'll do like a vanilla-ish 1.6 run. I think I'll keep the anime faces, though. I'll keep the anime faces, I'll keep the anime hair, and I'll probably keep Pawn Editor just so I can do some finagling with pawns, and I think that'll be good. Keep all the hair mods. Yeah, gotta keep all the hair mods. Who was missing a bionic hand? Oh, Drunken Wayfarer, okay. That's right. Okay, so this man needs a new arm. So install right arm bionic. Get you rested. Let's wake up Greywind. Okay, so now you can rest, and then Greywind will do the surgery right now. There we go, perfect. Run's great. He'll never be run. Will never will because he'll never stop recklessly using awful mods. Oh. I can keep the hair mods. I don't think the face mods really do anything. Like, if I keep it super light, it should be fine. Like, we're not going to do combat extended. We'll at least do vanilla combat again, which I have to remember how to do. Is it actually really bad? Like, it's not the face mod that has the animations. It's literally just a face texture replacement mod. I think it's called, like, Gloomy Face Mark II. Is that actually that bad? I thought all it did was just a face texture replacement, not like a facial animation thing. Like, I'm not running the animation mods because that seemed a little absurd. I remember seeing God, what was it? I remember I saw a mod. I think I saw someone play with. It might have been Ranu that was playing with it. That had the weird wacky animations where the pawns would like wiggle forward and backwards every time they move. No, it wasn't Ranu. Or no, it might have been Ranu. Or it might have been Koizumi that was doing it. I was like, that is such a weird mod that I've never seen before, and it's so strange to look. Yeah, I think it might have been Yayo's animations. Yeah, it was super odd. It just looked so wrong to me. That's why, like, we did one run with the melee animations, and I decided we're never doing this again. I don't think I like the Rayman hands. It's mildly off-putting. Oh, these turrets are really inaccurate at range. I'm just gonna turn off these turrets for now. Don't wanna burn munitions. Leave that be for now until we get more steel. We have the steel, we just don't have the parts now. Why are we slow? Okay, ignore slowdowns. Maximize my TPS to get through this. We also need to get Dreamag some gear. Your melee skill is solid. That's about the only extent of your combat skill. And then Kinwar and the minigun. Oh, you already have the munitions you need for this. Perfect. Yeah, if only you could order better gear. Imagine that alternate reality where I allow people to buy stuff. Not... Okay. You wanna know why I don't let people buy stuff anymore? After the Necrograd colony, I actually kind of thought it was more enjoyable having to struggle for the parts that I needed, rather than being like, I need 5,000 steel and someone spends all their credits and buys me 5,000 steel. I don't even care about people buying meteors or other weather events. That's fine. I think it's just when people buy like everything that makes the colony needs to bypass any struggle, it kills a lot of the challenge, and that's why I no longer let people buy items. Every now and again, I'll probably do a run where it's like, okay, you can buy items now, but I don't expect those to be very frequent. In fact, I expect them to be very infrequent, and especially once 1.6 drops, and Twitch Toolkit's likely not going to be updated in time for that release. And as such, you should expect to not be collecting points for quite some time, and that redeem to basically be more or less non-functional for a bit. And that's just the way it's going to work, because I can't force the mod makers to work. The original mod author for Twitch Toolkit basically went MIA, which is also really funny. There's a whole story about that went on their Discord, where the guy was like doing work, promised he was going to do more work, and then just disappeared. And then he was never heard from ever again. Ooh, spooky. So let's just keep crafting this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is a lot of mod authors in the last few years. Unlike your current stock doesn't appear. No, your point stock will remain the same, I believe. I don't think I have anything that would wipe it unless my PC has a full total crash and I lose my hard drive, because that file is not backed up anywhere. It's just on my PC. So in that case, yes, you would lose your coin bank. But if that happens, I think there's bigger problems at play. Some say they're still working on the modeling for the piece that crash delete all their progress. That seems to be a strange story that you've heard. Very odd story you're hearing, Xanth. I don't know where you're hearing these lies. And look, the walls are almost complete, and the turrets are actually being slammed out. Soon we'll be able to defend ourselves against the threat of the enemy. We made all the NATO rounds we need. So with this... Kinwar is now fully kitted out with a minigun. Now, the minigun's not going to be fighting off super heavy targets, but at least against the most lightweight of targets, Kinwar will rip them apart, and it will be glorious to watch. Probably set him into suppress mode. And... yeah, he's got like 3 reloads in kit, so that's fine. So if we can just get more steel, which I believe we are acquiring thanks to Marksman, who's just slapping out all these metal slags. Perfect. At least Marksman's quick about it. Look at this. Look at how fast. And then just grab the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. That steel then gets repurposed. We'll have turrets, walls. This one is set up to go. These will be set up to go soon. I think the bottom one we maybe don't need as much. Worst comes to worst, I could probably just move the ship, the land ship. The biggest issue is that I only have 2 heavy turrets on this ship that point downwards and upwards. I guess depending on what we're fighting, I could just run it over. Actually, the more I think about it, I'm like, why am I waiting so much? I could just run over any threat. Okay, we'll worry about it for next week. We won't trigger it. Kind of want to trigger it. I kind of want to just trigger it. But if I do it too early and we die, then what was the point of the run? What was the point of it all? Alright, at the very least, these 2 need to be built. Oh yeah, no, vehicle framework absolutely ruined this run. Like, it is actually busted. I think the only thing I really like about Vehicle Framework is that it makes navigating the world map a little bit faster with cars and stuff. I think I could get by without Vehicle Framework on the actual, you know, fighting around with them type deal. Yeah, I think I really need to reset my RimWorld knowledge and just go straight for a mostly vanilla run. No combat extended, no vehicles, no weapon mods. Just keep it plain and simple. I'm just gonna have player use. Oh, trust me, I saw. You can have your own custom vehicles. I'm gonna be glad I don't need SRTS anymore. I did enjoy using SRTS over the many years that I played, because when did I start streaming RimWorld? Was it after... I'm trying to remember when I started streaming RimWorld. Was it before the first expansion? I think it was after Ideology came out. Because I think I got RimWorld after Ideology came out, so I was not, like, on the board, like, super, super early. So, yeah, I've been basically through, like, what, 3-4 expansions at this point? Just nuts to think about. And now we're about to go through another one. I can't believe they're still adding DLC content and they're still improving this game like crazy. I really hope to see them go all the way to Ribba World. I want to see them go all the way to the D. I don't know what they're going to do as the expansion for the D, but I want to see it. I'm genuinely curious. Actually, the better thing to do, I hope they rename the old Anomaly and Biotech so that it actually spells RimWorld. Because, like, I mean, like, think about it. Like, M could have been modifications or modify, and then A for Anomaly could have been W for weird, or wacky, or Wanomaly. There's a lot of choices that they could have chosen for the word to keep in line with the RimWorld theme, but well, too late now. Yes, Ray, hello. Also, we should probably order Marksman to stop working on this. Okay, so we should have enough steel soon enough to make this. Look at our defenses. Isn't it beautiful? I can just ignore this legitimately, I think, for a while. Okay, so who needs weapons still? Okay, so Drunken Wayfarer needs... Okay, so Dream Mag needs a weapon and armor, or I could just keep him away from weapons. Royalty, Ideology, Mechagenology, Weirdology, and Odyssey. Exactly. I wish they had just kept with it. I really wish they had just kept with it. Mechagenealogy, Weirdology. God. I'm trying to think if I ever did, like, the full Mech Lord storyline in RimWorld. I don't know if I ever did, actually. I think I played it modified with one of the vanilla expanded mods, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that. The only ending I've not done yet, I think, is Arco Nexus. Because God, who wants to do Arco Nexus? Arco Nexus just sucks. Psychopath, abrasive drug, a gun is absolutely normal, nothing will go wrong. I mean, you should be fine. If you need weed, I think we're actually sitting on like 20 units of weed in the ship somewhere. So, if worse comes to worse and you're desperate, we have options. Endings suck? Endings suck, but endings have a purpose. You know, just like every story has a beginning, every good story should have an ending. Whether it's an open-ended conclusion or a hard definitive conclusion, I think everything should have an end. And you let the audience determine the future in their own minds of what's happening next. Or you could think I'm just crazy and you can completely ignore me. Take your pick, I don't really care. Maybe I'm the crazy one. But that's my opinion anyways. Not like my opinion matters in the grand scheme of things. Most people think my opinions are crazy. Most people think I'm crazy. Let's add some... let's add some lights here, by the way. It's too dark. The Muffalo are angry at us. Okay, that sucks. Who's fighting the Muffalo? Oh, geez, Arani's fighting a stack of Muffalo. You wanna walk away and then shoot while you're running? Thank you. There you go. Perfect. Have a good night, SPO. Don't worry. You'll see the ending next week. Press Declare Victory. I use Declare Victory. Like, that's actually a good mod. I actually like it a lot. So I use Declare Victory now. That's what I did for the Necrograd run, where we ended. I was like, alright, Declare Victory. It was beautiful. It was glorious. I loved it. I love being able to say definitively, this is the end of the colony. We're done. Alright, the other thing I need to do here is I need to add some doors. We need some thick doors. So we'll use a double auto door. We'll make it out of steel, which we don't have right now, but we'll get some eventually. That's at least another 400 units of steel just to build that out. We need to find more slag. Where's the rest of our slag chunks? Perfect. There we go. Marksman already knows what to do. Grab the slag, get to work. I don't know if we're ever going to recruit this person. This person might just not be recruitable. One cannot win until the planet itself yields to us. Listen, I'm not here to take over the planet. I'm here to just leave the planet. Because the story is, remember, being on the Rimworld sucks. It's basically a Wild West. It's a space western. But you could also, if you leave the planet and you go back to the core systems, you could end up in, you know, paradise, a glitter world. Wouldn't that be more beautiful than being stuck out here in this grimy, dusty land of pain and suffering? I would think that would be the more desirable outcome as an individual in this timeline, right? Who knows? Maybe I'm the crazy one after all. Also, we gotta call in. We're gonna see if we can summon a trader. I need to find a trader that's willing to buy all this buffalo wool and all this other stuff. Alright, call in the trade caravan SBO. We'll see what they have. Also, let me just drink. I've been getting more and more tired as the day's been going on. I still am not fully used to streaming this long again. I think what I'm going to do, by the way, tomorrow, I think Tuesday streams will probably be 3 hours just moving forward. I think it's just easier on me to have that be 3 hours instead of, like, trying to do 3.5 to 4 hours. I used to do 3-hour streams a lot, and I think for Tuesdays specifically, I want to go back to 3-hour streams, just because that's the day where I'm super busy with life and also being thrown around and swinging swords, and so I would prefer to just have that be the more relaxed day. So I'm just gonna declare that now. Yeah, we're gonna have the adjustment. That's gonna be the shorter stream day. Probably do art stream tomorrow. Swords. I've explained this before. I do martial arts, and part of it involves swinging swords, and part of it involves shooting a bow. Or shooting an arrow using a bow. A very tall Japanese bow. Which I enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong. It is pretty tiring, though, after some time, after a while. I need some... Okay, hold on. Where is Marksman's pawn? You are not cleaning dirt. You are sitting here, and you are producing all the steel that I could possibly need. There we go. Haplo is making you practice Kudo. What do you mean? Who's Haplo? What's a Haplo? Is that a streamer? A VTuber? If I Google Haplo VTuber, am I gonna find someone? Okay, I'm not finding anyone. Haplo gain. Okay, gotcha. I typed in Haplo, and literally the 6th option is whiskey, and I was like, what is the connection between this name? Haplo Janae. Okay, found it. Katsumi, powerful elf from the heavens. Alright, let's take a look at their channel. Alright. They do streams. That's a good sign. Interesting. What is the stream? Oh, it's a just chatting stream. Got it. Very energetic and wholesome. Maybe I'll need to take a look at this individual's channel at some point in the future. Seems like it could be fun. I see they do Rimworld. Yeah, I'm seeing the Rimworld. That's the part that like caught my eye. I'll take a look at it some point in the future. I don't know how you people like know all these people. It's kind of crazy. I'm like orbiting around like all these other people. Like these names sound familiar, and I was like, I've seen them before, but I've never interacted with them because I am so terrible at reaching out and talking to people in general. Like I talk to a select group of people, and talking to other people is very, very difficult. So That's why I don't talk to a lot of other people that you would think that I would be interested in talking to. Very strange, isn't it? Isn't it strange how I lack that ability to just even send a message and be like, hello, you seem really cool. Would you like to talk more? You hit platinum in backpack battles again. Ooh. I'm going to assume you're playing Pyromancer, right? I think my favorite class now in backpack battles is Adventurer, because it's literally just RNG slop. Just literally getting thrown a bunch of random high-end items and being told, figure it out. 10 out of 10, peak gameplay, love it. It's so nonsensical, I love it. So it is my new favorite class to play. It's like just slap everything together and hope it works, and usually it does, and it's great. I just realized I've not really been clicking anything. Alright, so this turret's done. That turret's gonna be done. Just need more steel. We burned through all of our steel again. How many more slag chunks can I go through? Look at all these slag chunks. If only I could process them automatically, this would be so much easier. But apparently, I only have so many drop-off points for these materials. Where is Marksman? Marksman's only job is to just smelt metal from slag forever and ever and ever. No other duty is higher than this. I saw someone with like a bloodthorn. What was it called? It was like the bloodlust sword with the impossibly large sword combinations are the funniest ones I've ever seen. That stuff is actually nonsensical. I need Steve to hold on to all this drugs. I don't know why he won't pick up all of his drugs. You learned the electric smelter to be your best friend? Oh, me too. Like, we have an electric smelter too. It is doing a pretty good job of doing what I need it to do. Okay, so... Alright, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dump the Luciferium in here. Just so I don't have to worry about that being deteriorated. Anyways, how are you doing, Granitier? Yeah, trust me, we've been, we're desperate for steel, so we've been turning all the slag chunks that we have into metal, and we're having Marksman sit around and just work on it 24/7 until it's all completed, because it's a lot that we need. Mm-hmm. Look at all that metal. In fact, it'd probably be smarter to put, like, a shelf nearby that's just all slag chunks. That probably would have been the smarter idea. I don't know where Marksman's going. Like, he's just going in circles, and it's very confusing. Like, please, just refine things at the smelter. Recommend stripping raiders and straight. We sometimes do that. It depends how lazy I'm feeling. Usually, right now, it doesn't really matter, so it kind of depends. Thankfully, we have a lot of people digging at rocks. We'll be able to build the turrets out. I think once these turrets are done, we'll trigger the event. How do I even trigger this? Start ship. Take off across a long power process likely to check raiders and defend for 14 days, or for 14 days, I think, right? 2 weeks? 2 in-game weeks of holding the line. 300 trophies left. They're gonna add more cosmetics, right? I'm gonna hope that they add more cosmetics to this game, because it would be a shame if they didn't. I will say, I think the adventure was really cute when I saw it, and I was like, wow, the items she's holding are actually items in the game, like the torch and the sword. Have more trophies by then. I mean, that's fair too. There's been a lot of issues with the vehicle map mod. The biggest one is that it took me a lot of finagling, almost like 30 minutes of finagling the map in order to move this ship from up here to down here, and it was very frustrating. I'm glad it works now, but earlier it actually was a headache, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to actually succeed with what I was trying to do. So, it did end up working eventually, which was great. Let me crack my back, too. My back is dying again. So, as long as you're aware of any, of all the bugs that could potentially happen from this, I think it's fine to play with. Just, again, be aware, especially when you're playing with mods. Practice safe modding. Don't be like me, who practices incredibly unsafe modding. That's, you're not gonna have a good time. Alright, let's have SBO talk to these people. I need SBO to go riz them up and see what kind of treasures they have. Broke your game, the pawn driver, ruin your pawn's gonna leave their beds. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that is a pretty big problem. Okay, so they won't buy any of our furs. They'll buy the hook hand and the brain stems. I'll sell 2 of them. Keep the eye. They don't have anything I want. That's a shame. I could buy a bionic leg. Probably not worth buying any of this. Alright, that's fine. Update the fix. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised there's an update that fixes a bunch of the mods. I know the guy's been actively working on fixing any issues, so that's fine. I get it. If I declare the thing, could I just defend? Let's see, we have 1 turret here. Ideally, I'd have a second turret, maybe one of these. How far can I move the ship? Okay, so it can't reach here. So it's basically stuck in this vertical area. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this thing is basically just stuck here. It's not going to be able to move anywhere. Bit of a shame, but I think that's fine. 1.6 to 1.5 stuff. Oh, okay. I might need to take a look then. I don't think I did a force update on any of my mods before I started stream, so if there's any lingering issues, it's still lingering. I think once this stack here is pulled out and we use it for any construction projects, I think then we can justify calling in the threat. We can justify starting the ship up. You're still looking for GPU upgrade and you feel like little to no hope. What are you trying to upgrade? What do you have? Don't you have like a 3080? What do you mean you need something better than... Or what do you have? Hold on. I swear you had a 3080. You have a 3090? What do you need an upgrade for? Savonics remove enough RAM? I have a lot of RAM, actually. I legitimately am curious why you need an upgrade after 3090. Is that not enough? Do you require more power? Uh-oh. That was weird. My game audio freaked out. You run games with injected path tracing, you hit 30 FPS, and you need... Okay, so basically you're trying to run ultimate ray tracing. I feel like that's a self-inflicted problem. You're not getting good video subs gasping at every fail. I mean, who knows? I think one of the biggest problems is that getting GPUs is going to be quite expensive in the near future. Fires. Oh, I'm getting really sleepy. Holy cow. I might end like a little bit earlier than I normally would. I mean, to be fair, I haven't bought a GPU since the 3080. I run a 3080 in my personal machine, and I don't plan on upgrading for probably until the 6000 series comes out, and it has to be like a decent enough price. Because what am I playing? Like, I stream the most bare bones of games. Like, RimWorld is not a 3D colony simulator that requires ray tracing. It's a bunch of sprites that just move around on a map. If anything, this game is probably more CPU bound than it is GPU bound. So, I don't need to upgrade anytime soon. The most graphically intensive game I play is like JRPGs. And those are designed to run on PS3, on PS4s and PS5s. So, I'm not exactly grasping for agony. It's literally true. I mean, that's what I figured would be true. I know City Skylines is actually running into the same issue too, where the simulations lags a lot, dependent on what your CPU is, rather than your GPU, because GPU is just there for rendering. Wilds. I didn't get Wilds. I wish I did, but all my friends are already like way deep into Wilds, and like I don't want to join and buy it anymore. Also, what is going on with the power in this facility? Oh, that door is actually not connected to the correct thing, that's why. We need to hook that last wood tile up here. It is a 3D game no matter what people say. You spend any amount of time doing custom rendering, you know it's true. I mean, from the player perspective, it's a 2D game, but yeah, I think from a graphical, like technical perspective, it is 3D, right? 'Cause I remember you showed off like some of the stuff that you've done, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Now the real question is, when are we getting... Actually, wait, hold on. If they updated the pathing, maybe Z levels. Maybe Z levels could become more relevant. No. Like, maybe Z levels. Absolutely not. To be honest, if I wanted to play Z levels RimWorld, there's a lot of other colony simulators for that type of thing. Like the going medieval, if I wanted a medieval themed one. And I know the Combat Extended guys were trying to work on their own game at some point, right? And I remember seeing it on a demo a while ago, and I never heard anything about it ever again. I think it was like a demo last year. Yeah, Ascent from the Ashes. I don't know whatever happened to that. Is that still being worked on? Ascent of Ashes. Let's see. Ascent of Ashes. I'm just checking. Here we go. Release date approximately 4 weeks, July 21, 2025. Early access. Oh boy. We'll see how that pans out, I guess. Could be interesting. Maybe I'll... I'm probably not gonna pick it up. Also, I don't want to spend money on games. And I know how these early access colony sims can go. I've been burnt there once before. Oh, their publisher screwed them over? Well, they did release a progress thing in May, so it seems like they're still very much alive. And they've locked in July 21st as their release day, so yeah, they are coming out. So, interesting. Looking at their roadmap right now, which is kind of... we'll see how this pans out. Yeah, here we go. They have a whole article in January about their whole publisher and budget stuff, which was a bit of a nightmare, apparently. So, seems like it's still coming out. Will I play it? Eh. See, team still work on it? Okay. Look at this. Look at our beautiful defensive platform. Just a couple more... just a bit more steel to set up the turrets, and we're good to go. We'll be ready to fight off anything that comes our way. I think these are all, like, also kitted out with munitions, right? Because this power grid is dedicated strictly to maintaining the turrets. And that should be fine. That should be okay. I'm just happy that I was able to accomplish this objective. Honestly, like, this was like the biggest thing that I wanted to do, was actually accomplish this. Oh, I just realized if we're fighting in the dark, I'm gonna need flares, aren't I? I'm gonna need flares, which means I have to now craft flare guns and flare pouches and flare everything. All right. How much is a flare gun? 20 steel plus a couple chem fuel and some components. That's not too bad. So we give one to each of the charge rifle users and chain shotgun, so we'll need at least 4. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's at least relatively cheap. And then I'll need the flares themselves, which is also relatively cheap. Okay. You don't know, in Combat Extended, lighting does matter a lot for when you're fighting, so if you have the enemy lit up, you can at least see them. So I'm trying to at least get some lights. Because I normally ignore that mechanic, and maybe for once I want to actually remember, hey, these mechanics exist. Would you like to actually partake in them? Yes. Yes, I would like to actually partake in the mechanics that I've been ignoring for so long. For once. We'll have lights. We'll have everything we need. We'll have a full, proper security system. Okay, we've been preparing here for a couple days already. Let's make sure it's all set up. Yeah, look, I'm learning. Listen, it's my learning arc. We learn, we adapt, and we overcome. And then we forget all about it when the next colony starts, and we start all the way again from part 0. I'm at least self-aware. Or maybe I've been doing it wrong the whole time for content. Who knows? Also, who is missing an eye, or needs an eye replacement? Why did I have a bionic eye? Oh boy. Whose birthday is it? It is Zeopolzer's birthday. He has reached the age of 64. Because of his age, he has received a cataract. Well. Oh, that's why. Oh, jeez, you need a hand. Literally need a hand. Do I have a spare bionic arm? Let's make a new bionic arm, and I know we have a spare bionic eye, so maybe we should get that onto the poor guy before he suffers any more than he needs to. Listen, I would never falsify my game ability for content. I only falsify my game ability when it's because I am running on streamer brain, which means I play my game at 50% mental capacity, because the other 50% is used to entertain chat and talk to chat. Big difference. Legitimately, like, if I'm not having to talk, I actually am very good at video games. It's when I have to talk and play the video game that becomes really bad. It's actually comical how bad it gets. It's like when I play JRPGs and I have to, like, hyper-focus and I'm doing, like, boss fights, I just don't say anything. Like, I am so, like, concentrated. Like, when I'm playing Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts or most anything, really, that requires immense focus to not die. I think even when I'm playing things like Dark Souls and Sekiro, it's like, I'm fighting a hardcore boss, like, let me focus. Like, I can't. It's hard. Otherwise, the talking distracts me. It makes me fumble. And then I'm too busy, like, wanting to look at chat all the time, and it's like a perpetual cycle of just being forgetful. Oh boy, a psychic ship is like... Oh, jeez. Great. Alright, so now all the female colonists are unhappy. I don't think I can move this all the way over there, can I? Oh my god, I might actually be able to move it over there. No, I can't. I can't move it that far. Okay. Maybe we don't want to move the vehicle that far. Maybe the Columbus should stay here. Let's not move the Columbus that far. Stay here. Thank you. If we call in the threats, maybe they'll start fighting it. I don't have any mortars, I think. I might have a single mortar sitting around. 5 disposable rocket launchers. Mortar shells, toxic. High explosive, 50 of them. I know I have 1 reinforced barrel. I could make one mortar. I think I have to make my singular mortar. I'll make out of plasteel, because I think we just have a lot of plasteel sitting around, and I can't really justify spending the metal for this. I will make a singular 1 mortar that we will put right here. And let's grab the barrel, which I know is sitting somewhere in this stack. It's gotta be somewhere. Here we go. And then with that, we can just bomb the other threat into oblivion. Let's just grab the... Okay, we'll copy this display case, build it right over here. Storage, clear all. 81mm, I think is what it is. 81mm. High explosive shell, and that's anti-grain. Perfect. And then we can use that to at least bomb this. Even if we don't have a artillery spotter, we should be okay, right? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine without an artillery spotter. Okay, good. So we're getting that built. I have stack limit installed, actually. I do use stack limit. It is very helpful. It is incredibly useful for basically what I had to do. Okay, so there we go. Now we can put that there. Oh my gosh. Yep, I have stack limit installed. I use it to manipulate how much is stored on a given shelf. Like this one, I only want so much stored, so I cap it at like 300. Maybe I have a different stack limit. Let me see what I have. I use stack gap. That's the one I use. It might be different. You might be using a different one, but I use stack gap. And it seems to work fine for me, so I don't know. Use whatever you feel is necessary. Let's also haul these mortar shells. You haul. Can't find a spot to haul it. Yes, you can. There you go. It never worked well for you? I mean, I've never had an issue with stack gap. The only problem I have with stack gap is finagling the amount that's on here. You cannot fine tune it. Like, you see here, I can't plug in a specific number. I have to just drag the slider and hope that it's enough. And it's very simplistic, and it's very annoying in that regard as well. It's like, I wish it would work, but it doesn't, so I'll work with what I got. Oh, yeah, the one that inputs that I'm... Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Oh, my goodness. We received the following items. We didn't receive any items because... I forgot we have an outpost. Okay. A little bit more steel. The turrets are done. I could probably call in... I could probably call it in. I'm gonna end the stream by us calling in, or starting the ship up, and being ready for the first set of attacks coming our way. That'll be a dramatic way to begin things, and that's how I want to do it. Where's Comrade Marksman? It's time for you to quickly start slapping some metals together. All good storage facilities. You have shelter case 3 stacks on your circuit mouse and 3 stacks of 10. Really? That's weird. The one I have, it just like sets a hard limit. Like, this is how much of this item can be on this tile or in this storage. That's the one I use anyways. I'm starting to think that using ladders was a bad idea, and the ramps are just way easier to utilize. Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe it's just the one I'm using is a little better then. The number input's a pain. I would vastly prefer just like being able to type in a hard number and be like, I want exactly 120 stuck in here. But it's very weird that's not how it works. Otherwise you have to use items that are like this, like one stack shelves, right? Like a shelf that only uses one stack. That door's almost done. This door's almost done. Oh, the workshop page for stack gap? Really? Maybe I'm, Oh, I guess you can. Wait, hold on. Let's see here. I bet if I click this... Oh, if you right-click it. Okay, yeah, if you right-click it, then it opens up the, Got it. So that's actually really handy. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I apparently am blind. You didn't make it especially because it uses... Single stack of shelf got ruined when vanilla buff shelves. Oh, that's right. Well, your solution also works too. I know your solution is primarily for like the supply shelves, where you can be like, all right, I want 1, 2, or 3 stacks. I think it works really good, at least in the context of the eccentric gear. All right, do we call it in? Do we call the first batch of evil to attack us? I think we do. We start it up. Let's get this slapped out and let's save the game. And let's press the button. You are ready to begin the reactor's hibernation recovery sequence. However, one of your own warns you. The process will take about 15 days, and the energy signature will be detectable from a long distance away. This sort of energy signature indicates interstellar flight capability and will attract gangs of desperate raiders and swarms of deadly mechanoids. You will be assaulted with an intensity you've never seen. Make sure your defenses are prepared first. Alright. And so the timer begins. 15 days. Until the end. Let's see if we can survive it. What do you think? You think we'll survive it? I think we'll make it. Probably. I think if I had a couple more turrets built out here, I think we should be fine. But we're getting a lot of steel, so once the steel is ripped apart and we have that going for us, we should be okay. Food-wise... We have enough food to last us for quite some time. Let's get some beer out here so people can consume beer. I think we'll be fine. And so, the journey of the Great Caravan has found their final vehicle. How long? How many of them will make it to see the bitter end? The greatness of what lies beyond in space? Tune in next time to The Colony Escapes. Alright, let me see who I want to raid at this hour. Let's see who's streaming Rimworld at this time. I don't know any of these people. Alright. Alright, here we go. Alright, comrades, I am getting tired. I need to sleep. I am very sleepy. So I am going to go raid save him, who is playing a very cool game called Metal Gear Solid, a traditional classic of gaming's past. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I'm thinking it might be an art stream. We'll see what I want to do. Say hi. If you're on YouTube, hello. Please follow me on Twitch or Twitter or whatever social media platform you like. There's also links to Discord in the Twitch profile if you're interested in that. And beyond that, I hope you enjoyed. I am glad that at least the dual streaming is working fine. We're doing this forever now. We're dual streaming Twitch and YouTube until the day I die. I think that's going to be how we're going to do this. We're going to do this forever now. Works fine. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. We will finish this colony next time I do Rimworld. Guaranteed. Either this Wednesday or next Monday. Probably next Monday. Good night and rest well. I am going to go to sleep because I am very, very sleepy. Say hi to save him. Goodbye. How do I press this button? Where's the end stream button? I think it's this one.
Wait, there are feet deodorant? Seriously? Oh! I'm not gonna take it on the way. I'm gonna kick my girlfriend's airplane. Milk is out! Oh! Oh, I hope Rimworld was awesome. Thank you for the raid. I really great stream. If you need a raid run, if you want to look at hang out, that's cool too. We gotta follow him.